Boys and girls, what is this form? Why did it all go wrong at the end of the last stream? What is happening? How are we all? Are we all good? Wednesday! It is Wednesday. How are we on Wednesday? I'm excited. I'm giddy. We're going to win the Conference League. I know there's going to be people asking about the network game today. So for those of you asking about the network game, I mean, it is not on me. It's all down. You should be following Work the Space for the Work the Space BT saga on Twitter. He caused all the problems last week. He's trying to cause all the problems again this week. If you're not completely following the saga, this is the latest. He doesn't have internet still. So we had hoped to do 2 network games this week so we could have a catch up because we haven't done it for so long. As it stands right now, unless they fix his internet in the next 24 hours, there'll probably be 0 network games this week. And then we'll have to catch up at some point. Probably not next week, because next week is a Streamer Showdown week. It's all very complicated. But yeah, it's not my fault. It's Jack's fault. Blame Jack. Be angry with Jack. I am here. I am ready. I am happy to do a network game whenever. Right. Let's do a YouTube intro. Oh, boys and girls, things went massively wrong towards the end of the last stream, and we have tumbled down the table from what looked like a guaranteed European qualification position. We're in the worst form we've been in for a gazillion years, and now we play the only good team left in the Conference League. And if we can find a way past Roma, who we've already beaten twice in the group stage, if we can find a way past Roma, I think we turn it all around with a nice European competition win. That would be very pleasant if we can do that. There we go, boys and girls. Look at the state of this. What the hell? What the hell happened on Monday afternoon? Who's responsible for this? I blame you lot. We signed our record signing, showy forward. We spent all that money. We bought in 3 new strikers. We spent all the money. And look at the state of that. I'm just going to give you a minute to look at the state of it. I think it needs studying. What the hell has gone on there? Oh, things were going so well before that as well. This is the shape of our season so far. We were comfortable top 17 and we've just been in free fall. We are probably the worst form team in the league. I haven't actually checked. We're not. We're actually only 14th. The Premier League is a weird thing because we've been in that horrible form. We're still only 5 points behind Manchester City, who are in 7th place. Now, presumably, they're not going to be catchable. West Ham might be, though, who are on the same number of points in 6th place. I think it's going to be a challenge to get into Europe this year. Remember, the board have set us the goal of avoiding relegation, so we're already on 39 points. We're not going to get relegated. The season is already good, but it's not been going so well just now. But we can salvage it. We can salvage it by beating Roma, winning the Conference League. Look, there's nobody else good left in it apart from Roma. If we can beat Roma, we can win this tournament. And winning this tournament not only gets us a trophy, but gets us back into Europe next year. And that's what we're looking for. Fingers crossed. We play Roma immediately, pretty much. I think that's our first game up. Oh, no. What is this? Let's just... I don't even know. I do not know what we're supposed to do about this situation. At least we play top of the table Chelsea between the 2 Roma games. That'll be a little confidence booster, won't it? Do we go back to the diamond now? Maybe we go back to the diamond. I don't know what we do. I think we just take our medicine and accept that this season is pretty much done. We're not going to get anywhere. Oh, Sandro's left. Maybe he was the problem. Top target recommendation, yet another attacking midfielder. My director of football is obsessed. We signed several of those in January. None of them speak English, and I imagine that's the problem. Once those new boys all speak English, we'll be absolutely fine. For now, less fine. Not so much fine. How's my knee? My knee still hurts. I did go to the physio yesterday. I mentioned on Monday that's why there was no stream yesterday, because I was at the physio. I haven't been sent for a scan or an x-ray or anything. He manipulated me around in all sorts of directions, isolated the pain, and has decided it's patella tendonitis. So he's given me some exercises to do, which I was given. He texted it to me, a login to this physio website with the exercises on, and the exercises that I've been given, most of them involve needing fitness bands or rollers, none of which I own. So I've ordered some of those, and several of the exercises involve squatting, which is one of the things I told him hurts. And the instruction at the top is, if you get any pain doing any of these exercises, stop and contact your physio again. So I've ordered exercise bands and a roller. I will try and do the exercises this evening once those things arrive off of Amazon, next day delivery. Ace. Good work, Amazon. And presumably I'll get as far as the squat. It will hurt. I'll stop, contact him, and the process starts again, because I can't squat at the moment. That's how I know it hurts, because it's literally only the squat motions that I can't do. It hurts to walk upstairs. It hurts to get out of a chair. It hurts to squat. Everything else is fine. I can walk, I can twist, I can jump. I just can't squat. So, yeah, I don't know how much I trust his opinion. We shall see. Brian O. Mackenzie has broken his leg. Well, why would we pay his salary? Leave him out there in Barrow in the National League. Or do we let him come back and use our rehab facilities? No, he's only got 3-star potential. They can just carry on paying his salary. He can stay in Barrow. It'll be fine. And thank you for the raid. Welcome along, Raiders. By Havant and Waterlooville, easy 21-0 win. I don't think they'll play us. They're geographically too far away. And fixture-wise, we don't have the room to... Don't you worry. I have thought of that. If we could fit one in, we would fit one in. But we're playing at least one, if not 2 games a week for the rest of the season. There's just not really a gap to fit one in. The next international break, you can be sure we will squeeze something like that in. But for now, nothing can be squozen. Squeezing is not an option. Like I say, we've beaten Roma twice this season. Let's just go and take our medicine. Maybe we get a little bit of RNG luck today, because that's the weird way this season's gone. We had a terrible stream at the start of the season. Then we had a great stream where we won almost every game. Then we had a terrible stream on Monday. So I'm hoping the RNG just swings back round in our direction, and we're going to have a fantastic stream today, end up finishing 8th in the Premier League and winning the Conference League. That'd be perfect if we can somehow pull all that off. But with Juarez missing chances like that, I'm not holding out any hope. Do I know how Jack's internet is doing? It's not, as far as I'm aware. Keep an eye on his Twitter. That's the information is hitting Twitter before it hits me in any other way. So all we can do is wait, as far as Jack's internet is concerned. I think engineer number 6 is due with him tomorrow morning. If that works, we will do the network game tomorrow evening. If it doesn't, obviously we won't, and we will just have to wait. We had hoped to do 2 network games this week, but we can't if we're not all available. It's very sad. Right, let's have a goal. Oh, when you squat, probably going to find your feet in the wrong position, thus adding pressure to the knee. Well, the squat they want me to do, they want me to squat with a band around my thighs to, I guess, to keep my knees in the right position. I mean, I'll level with you. I don't spend a lot of time squatting. It's more a case of getting in and out of chairs and walking up the stairs. If I can get that pain gone, then I've pretty much got normal day-to-day functionality back, and it doesn't matter if it aches a little bit. It will heal. He did say tendonitis in general, you're looking at 6 to 12 weeks for it to heal on its own. So it's been 7 weeks now. So theoretically, it should start feeling a little bit better. Anyway, I think it is starting to get a little bit better. I can now walk down the stairs without too much pain. Walking upstairs still hurts. But we're getting there. I think Dolman's just done a Gaza there. Come in for a slide tackle and his knees erupted. We need to keep an eye on that. What was the name of my BT engineer? I've said to him he needs to request Jeffrey, but Jack lives a long way away from where I live, so presumably Jeffrey's geographical region that he works within probably doesn't cover Jack down there in the south where Jack lives. Right, come on. Let's have a goal just before half time. That'd be beautiful. Oh, we're going to do it as well. Larios! He scored our first ever goal in the Premier League. He scored our first ever goal in Europe. And he scored our first ever goal in a European knockout game as well. Pablo Larios is a big game player, which is remarkable considering we signed him from Spurs. Lovely, lovely stuff. 6 engineers. Oh, I don't know why he's needed 6 engineers. I haven't kept up to date with the story that much. What I do know is I have had my issues with BT as well. Anyone who was following the story when I moved to this house about 18 months ago, well, no, it took us a good 6 months to get fibre to the home. 6 months of really terrible internet. 6 months where basically I wasn't streaming. We moved in here in September 2020, and I didn't start streaming consistently until March 2021, probably after we moved. I would try and squeeze the odd stream in here and there, but the internet would drop. It would be rare for us to get through a full stream without disconnection. We'd have loads of frame rate, like frame dropping issues. It was just a nightmare. BT internet. I mean, it's great now. I don't want to criticize it now. It's what we've got now actually works. But it took a long, long time to get here. Right, there you go. Triple substitution. I had a similar war with Virgin years ago. I feel Jack's pain. It was all to do with my blockage. Yeah, the pipe between our house and the cabinet was blocked, so they couldn't fit a new fibre cable down it. So in the end, we've got our cable now goes through next door's pipe to the cabinet. And then when next door, the other side, tried to get their fibre done, theirs is also blocked. So there's now 3 cables going down the one socket here, going down the one hole. I'm a little bit worried. I don't know how big these holes are that they've put in to let fibre be put in. I don't want it to get too blocked. And every time someone else gets something installed, I'm a little bit alarmed that ours will break somehow. But at the moment, we're doing okay. Cadridge has just hit the crossbar. That's very frustrating. J Tiz, thank you for 4 months. We have won a football match, everybody. We have come to Rome and won a football match. Engineers aren't actually going into his property to test stuff. Just keep going and doing stuff in the cabinets. Yeah, they do that. How did I get Roma away in the knockout groups when they were in my group? I guess because it's the second knockout round, maybe. Perhaps it just becomes a random draw at that point. Maybe it's not seeded. I don't know. Either way, we've now beaten them 3 times. We've played Roma 3 times in our history. Outside of England, they're the team we've played most in our entire history, and it's all been this year. And we've beaten them 3 times. So I'd like to think we can beat them again after we've played Chelsea and book ourselves a spot in the, I think, quarter-final, that would be, of the Conference League. Like I say, if we get past Roma, I'm convinced we're going to win the tournament. There you go, Mike confirming second knockout round is random draw. Yeah, so that's how we got Roma again. But yeah, to summarise, if you are waiting on network game news, obviously there's not one today because this isn't the network game. There might be one tomorrow. It really depends on if Jack's internet gets fixed. At what point do we knock the whole thing on the head? If he misses this week and next week, and then Zealand has to miss the week after because it's TwitchCon, it would have been like 2 months since we've last done one. Are people still going to watch if we come back after 2 months? Is anyone going to know what's going on? I don't want to stop it. Been catching up around the FM sphere and saw the video with Ben, just checking in, seeing how you are yourself, realizing as I'm someone with questionable mental health. Good to I'm good. I am good. Thank you. Thank you for asking. But yeah, I am. I had a question similar to this at the autism show at the weekend. And I am fortunate in that I've never really suffered with mental health issues. I have the general being autistic issues, but I don't really suffer with mental health issues. So, touch wood, we keep it that way, and I am good. Thank you. Have I played Counterattack yet? I haven't played it yet. No, I will do eventually. I haven't got round to it yet. No. We were going to play it when we were away, but we just got too busy at Centre Parks and never got around to playing it. So now I guess I'll take it to TwitchCon. If I can I fit a board game in my carry-on? I'm not checking luggage. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll post it to my hotel at TwitchCon so that we can play it there. That's going to be the best place to play it. Maybe when Zealand's in the UK, I convince him to come and play Counter-Attack with me. And that can be mine and Zealand's first ever YouTube collaboration. Playing a game that's not Football Manager. Network games evergreen. It's much about the interaction between you guys as the actual game itself. I agree. I think it will be fine. I think it'll be quite funny that none of us will have any idea what's going on. I was busy walking to and from the car. Well, luckily, because Centre Parks is great and everything... This is terrible, by the way. Because Centre Parks is great and everything is all on site, I didn't need to go near the car again until the end of the week because we got everything we needed right there. Just think about it, Kev. You and Jack can both play your Steam Decks on the plane to Amsterdam. Well, he's on a different plane to me. I'm not getting the lazy man's afternoon plane that he's getting. I fly in the morning like a grown-up. So I mean, I might leave him. I might leave his Beyblade. So that might be the challenge. I'll leave his Beyblade that I've owed him for 2 years. I'll leave his Beyblade somewhere in Luton Airport and he has to find it. That can be his challenge. There's a YouTube video for you. Just send him a message the Friday morning of TwitchCon. Jack, your challenge. I have left you a Beyblade somewhere within Luton Airport. I'm now leaving the country. You're not allowed on your plane until you present me with the Beyblade, until you can send me a picture of said Beyblade. Be perfect. I don't even know where it is. I need to find that. But 2 weeks. Is it 2 weeks till TwitchCon? 3 weeks till TwitchCon? I need to find that Beyblade. Or buy him a new one. But he'll know. He'll know it's not the same one. Chelsea are good, aren't they? The league doesn't matter anymore. It's just about the Conference League. That's all we care about now. Unless we score here, in which case we might start caring about the league again. Oh, we care about the league again. Is it offside? Oh, can we get a Beyblade manager game? I've never used a Beyblade. I need to order one for myself. We can Beyblade each other. Oh, it has been allowed. It'll probably be taken by the police as an unknown package. That's why you have to be creative. I mean, that's a winning YouTube video. Creatively hiding an unmarked package in an airport. I mean, it would get clicks. I'm pretty sure if we clickbait that video right, it will get clicks. And then he might not get to come to the Netherlands because he won't get out of Luton Airport because it will be shut down. Do I have a Beyblade? I have never owned a Beyblade. However, there is one in my office, which has been here for as long as I have because I bought it when I still lived at the old house. It's for Jack. Basically, when I was on 99,950 subscribers or whatever it would have been, when I was close to 100k, he said he would only retweet asking people to subscribe to me if I bribed him. And I said, well, how about I get you a Beyblade? And he was well up for it. So he tweeted, I got the 100,000 subscribers. I got him a Beyblade. Refused to say, assuming I'd be able to give it to him relatively soon. And then the pandemic happened. And obviously I've not seen him since. So it's just been sat in my office. And I refused to post it to him because they weren't the rules of the exchange. Right, come on, chaps. Let's beat Chelsea. Oh, Fleming made a catch. I think I'm flying the same day. I would quite like to go on holiday. It would be nice if the airport didn't get closed down for a Beyblade. Look, I make no promises. It's all for the content. It's a weekend designed for content. If you can't cope with the content, you shouldn't have chosen to go on holiday. You're going to be in an airport full of all your favourite YouTubers. You're going to be so excited. Oh, it's going to be wonderful. It's going to be weird seeing all these people who only exist in my computer in reality. Because none of them ever come to any of the other conventions because they're all miserable. Miserable hermits. None of them ever come to EGX or Comic-Con or any of that kind of stuff. Insomnia. It's just me flying the Football Manager flag at those events. I'm the convention veteran. So I am pretty excited for there to be people I know at conventions. Come on, Showy Forward. Go do your business. Oh, that was close. Who else is going? I don't know who else is going. I know there's a group that have arranged to go together. I don't know who the group are. I'm just aware that Jack and Zealand are going, and you've told me Tomothy's going just there, so I assume Tomothy's going. It's going to be exciting. Diego Knoll is at Chelsea, is he, by golly? Oh, look at that from Simonovic. Lovely work. Oh, we've played well in this game. The convention's the closest we get to you doing press conferences. Yeah, exactly. That's why I don't waste my time on press conferences. I do stuff like that for real. Oh, Fleming made another save. Fleming made another save. Fleming has turned into the best goalkeeper in the world. Wowzers. Let's ignore the goal we conceded earlier in this match. Fleming's having the match of his career. Wow. Look at the state of that. If that doesn't scream Fleming man of the match, I don't know what does. If only it hadn't been a complete balls up between him and the defenders that cost us the goal. What's going on Twitter? The shenanigans happening. I'm not seeing any Photoshop stuff. Oh, there we are. Okay. It's mean. That's just unnecessary. He loves me. He's pretending he doesn't want to hang out with me. Why do you think I booked my holiday to Amsterdam before he booked his? He's following me. He's going to the same place. Just because he wants to spend time with me. Look at that. 13 saves from Fleming. Where on earth did that performance come from? How do I think Posh will get on the season? We will win League One comfortably. When am I going to Amsterdam? In a few weeks. For TwitchCon. Whatever TwitchCon is. Well, hopefully Fleming keeps that form up for the rest of the season. Imagine if he just decided to start being good. Has he just learnt to speak English by any chance? Because wouldn't that be a thing? I wonder if he's just become fluent in English. Would he have become fluent with a year at Southampton? Because that kind of stuff does make a big difference. He's considered an aggressive goalkeeper. What I like. A nice aggressive goalkeeper. Right, we just need to beat Roma. Roma heading to Birmingham. This could be the last night of European football Birmingham's ground ever sees. If this doesn't go to plan. Well, playing Beefy as a ball-winning midfielder is definitely not the plan. That can't be a good idea. I think at the very least, if we don't have anyone available to play there now or is suspended. Do we put Kadrich in? Not Kadrich, Koenig. Kadrich is our striker. We know who he is. I think we do that. And then let them shuffle around again. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes a lot more sense than what was originally proposed. Biggest match in St Andrews' history. And Leamington themselves are in for the big match against Roma in the Conference League. We're 1-0 up from the first leg. A win here puts us into the quarter-final of the Conference League. European glory. It's so close. Oh, we love a bit of European glory. Who was the Dortmund keeper you signed from Saudi? He turned out to be the third best goalie in the world. I can't remember his name. I doubt in reality not understanding English would stop you being able to save a football. Yeah, but not speaking the language really does handicap performances in FM. You see it time and time again. And Devon Creel puts us 1-0 up on the night. This will be 4 consecutive wins over Roma this season. Roma are just, they're not on Leamington's level. And we're still awaiting Devon Creel returning to the streams. He gets his name in a game player, hasn't been in a stream since we signed him 2 years ago. I imagine it'll turn back up for a stream, the stream after we sell him. Or in fact, we don't own him. He's here on loan, isn't he? So if he doesn't come back next year, Devon Creel will be back next season. Asking how his players got on. Can I just check in on my player? See how he's getting on? Oh, well, he was a regular starter for us for 2 years. Is the Theodrome going to be 17 or 19k? We won't know until the end of the season. Probably 19. Oh, come on! We are off. We're off to whoever's next. I don't even know who's next. Really want a name in the game for FM23. What do I need to do? You just need to hang around in the streams and collect Kev points. So the more you're in the streams, the more Kev points you get. If you get to 100,000 Kev points, you can cash them in for a player. We're 3-0 up. Easy. What was the old Soccer AM thing? Come on. Can we have a challenge, Roma? What is this? Easy peasy. It's not even hard. We're that good. I'm enjoying myself now. Oh, in all my years playing Football Manager, I've never won the Conference League. To be fair, it's only existed for the last two game cycles. Is that right? But still, my point stands. I've never won it. I am excited. Come on, Fleming. Best goalkeeper in the world. Look at him. Full of confidence off the back of that Chelsea performance. We're at it again. We're going for another one. Save some goals for the Premier League, lads. Come on. This lot are done. We don't need to score anymore against them. Save these goals. Where has this kind of performance come from? I don't understand. We were so rubbish in the last stream. We've changed nothing. And now all of a sudden we're 4-0 up against Roma after 55 minutes. 29,800 people in St Andrews as well. We know for sure we're not going to fit that many people into the Theodrome next season. Jack's still raging on Twitter. I can imagine he is. Due to circumstances outside of his control, he's not able to do his job for a week now. I would be fuming. I mean, I was fuming when it happened to me. And they don't get it because you have to be careful because you can't tell them you're using it as a business line because then they'll charge you more. So you can't say, I need this for work, because then they'll try and put the prices up again. So you have to be very careful what you yell at them. It's just personal use. I stream for fun. But yeah. Yeah, it is infuriating and can go on for months. Keep scoring goals, chaps. Keep them flowing in. That's why you don't trust BT. I mean, to be fair, most of us don't have a choice but to use BT. If we want fibre to home, they're the only option. There's no Virgin Media in my area. Generally, if you're in a Virgin Media area, you probably get Virgin Media. Because from what I can tell, it's nowhere near as bad. But for a lot of us, for most of the country, BT fibre is our only option. So if we want fibre, and I mean, I do have incredibly fast internet speeds now. It just took a long time to get here. Right. He can go there. And then we don't have a left back on the bench. Of course we don't. We'll make a change at right back. Jack can't get the new fibre because they sold him on a new package that would solve his issue. Yeah, I remember that. They did that to me as well. Sky's actually got a lot better for me. The thing is with Sky, they don't do the mega fast stuff, do they? I get... If it's just me using it, and not Andy absolutely rinsing it and Anna streaming in 4K, I'll get a gig download. 1,000 meg download and probably... I don't know what I get as upload. 500-600? It's pretty much instant for me to upload a YouTube video. Which is very handy. Didn't you get flat rate mobile broadband until it's fixed? Probably not to stream on. I think he's uploading his YouTube videos on mobile. But it's not going to be stable enough to stream on. What a win that was, by the way. 7-1 on aggregate. We were worried about that. Never a reason to worry. So, another game, which I guess means we get another draw. I mean, there's not really anyone to be majorly worried about there. I guess Sporting and Stuttgart would be the two that you'd be a little concerned about. But I'd like to think we've got this 1-1. Which should be super duper duper duper. What happened to Jack Weaver, the goalkeeper from the first season of the game? I don't know. I imagine he played more non-league games and then retired. Vodafone's good fibre. I sit happily at over 100 meg upload and download. See, I would want faster than that and need faster than that. I like the fact it's almost instant to do things. At my old house, I had 70 down and like 20 up. And it was just painful how slow it was at times. I don't want to sell now, or Ajax can do one. I don't think we've agreed to sell him, have we? Not too expensive either. Oh, mine is stupid expensive. I'm paying BT close to £100 a month, I think. And bearing in mind, I don't get TV or have a phone line. That is literally just for the internet. I have their very, very top package. But, you know, need it for work. We're first out of the hat here. There's 3 Scottish teams in this. We'll have any of them, please. That'll do. Leamington versus Hearts. Beautiful. Semi-final draw as well. So Hibs or Sporting versus Leamington or Hearts. The Hibs and Hearts fans are looking at that thinking, oh, won't this be exciting? Everyone else is going, well, that's a Leamington versus Sporting semi-final. And then the 2 Portuguese teams, one of them will face either Stuttgart or Celtic. There we go. This tournament feels very winnable. I'm on BT Fibre 900. 900 down, 120 up, £75 a month. Yeah, it is expensive. And the router they sent us was absolute bobbins. We had to get our own. We had to buy 2 because we've got a 3-story house. There was no signal at all on the top floor. From the router is just there in my office, so that I can have everything in here wired. The signal upstairs in our bedrooms was basically non-existent, so we had to get a super duper fancy superpower router for in here, and then another one that sits in our bedroom upstairs to make a mesh, which just about gives us internet coverage throughout the entire house. But those 2 routers combined were probably £300 worth of kit to go on top of the £100 or so we're spending on just having the cable put to our house. So over the course of that first year, we probably spent £1,500 on broadband, which is bonkers. It is a business expense. Well, only part of it is business expense. It's complicated how it works. I don't fully understand it. It all gets taken care of by people who are smarter than me. Because it's not just used for the business. It isn't just... I think it comes under the... I think the last time I did my tax return, all of my living expenses were kind of looped into one big... there's an allowance you can claim, and they're not itemized or something. It's complicated. Basically, because it's not a private business line, it's not a full-on business expense. We're losing in the Premier League now after our European shenanigans. You can either use an allowance or you can claim an apportionment, which can be relatively complicated. Yeah, I think it was an allowance that we used, which doesn't come close to covering the reality of the costs, but the other options seem too complicated. Fairly confident I pay too much tax. But I'd rather pay too much than not enough in case I ever get audited. I'd rather get a sack of money handed back to me if I ever get audited than be sent to prison. Which I don't think they do, but just on the off chance. I'd rather send them a bill than go to prison. As the 2 extremes. That's a lovely finish from Cadrich. Look at this. Lovely. All right. Substitution ahoy. Everyone's so tired. It's almost as if we were playing in Europe in midweek. Give me your UTR and I'll have a look. I do actually do casework for HMRC. I'd rather avoid the stress and the inconvenience of an audit if it's all the same. Even though I'm pretty confident I would come out of it smelling of roses with a refund. I'd rather just not have to go through it, thanks, ever. If we could avoid ever having to do that, that would be super. There'd be no streams that week, that's for sure. It'd be like Ofsted coming in when I was a teacher. You know you're good, you know everything is okay, but goodness me, do you panic about it anyway? Used NordVPN while I was in Poland at the weekend, but I couldn't use my Sky Go app. Is this normal? I wouldn't have thought so. I didn't have any problems when I was in France. Maybe something to take up with Nord. Or, I mean, yeah, I don't know. Unless that's a new issue, but I would say that's unlikely to be a common problem. I sat there watching AEW Dynamite on my balcony using my VPN when I was on holiday. So, yeah, I don't think it's a problem. It shouldn't be a problem. Clearly it was a problem. But yeah, maybe it was just... the way I understand it is the companies that have these subscriptions and these apps are forever trying to outdo the VPNs, and the VPNs are forever trying to find the new holes. So it might just be that you were unfortunate that it was on a day when Sky were in the lead, and it might have resolved itself since. Right, we do need to start winning Premier League games again. I started sewer maintenance in front of my building. So much noise and smell for 3 weeks. Wow. 3-week road trip would be the only answer there, I think. All I'll say is that unless your expenses are ridiculously high, you're unlikely to get looked at the minute because of the number of cases. We let cases with less than £1,000 difference get paid. Splendid. So bottom line, the incentive is keep my expenses low. Which, I mean, let's face it, my expenses are pretty low. As much as a self-employed person, I try and make everything I possibly can a business expense. When your job is sitting in a cupboard making Football Manager videos, we all have a laugh when I buy a beret for a video. Hey, it's a business expense. It was £6. Yeah, we struggle a little bit to put too much on the old expenses. Peterborough Sports will be on YouTube. It'll be the starting team for Non-League Legend next year. Right. Ah, no, not withdraw. Just take it easy. Godwin can play a full game. Am I not having champagne dinners with clients? I shouldn't I? That'd be an incredible idea. I need to get some clients. Do you lot count as clients? Shall we have champagne this afternoon? I mean, I don't drink, so you lot are going to have to drink it all. I'm going to have Sprite, because it looks a bit like champagne. Do I play my own FM game? No, never. That'd be like a an undertaker coming home and fiddling with dead bodies. It'd be weird. I try and keep a work-life balance. Oh. And as much as I love Football Manager, over the last 5 years, it has very much become work. So I don't play it for fun anymore. I'm sure I will after I retire from content creation. I'm sure there will come a day when I play Football Manager for fun again. I can't ever imagine there'll be a time when I don't play Football Manager at all. Yeah, I haven't played it for anything other than content for 7 years now. Could you hypothetically buy lunch, eat it on stream and classify it as a business expense? No. I don't think. No. What I can do is when I travel to events, like this weekend, I'm at events both days. My lunch on those days is a business expense because I'm away from home. So I'm speaking at the autism show on Saturday. So whatever I have for lunch that day is a business expense. And I'm at the Content Creators Cup on Sunday. So whatever I have for lunch that day is a business expense. But there are limits to how much I can have for lunch. Again, I don't fully understand all the details. I don't think I can have, like, dinner at the Ritz and call it a business meal. How was the knee appointment? It was okay. I have patella tendonitis, apparently. I've been given some exercises to do. But I don't have any of the equipment to do the exercises with. So I haven't done them yet. I'm waiting for equipment to arrive. Why don't you do a video on the difference between FIFA and Football Manager? Because anyone, without wanting to sound like a wang, anyone who would potentially watch that video already knows the difference. So I don't think anyone would watch it. When they made all the changes to career mode a couple of years ago, I did a video specifically for my Football Manager audience showing what the new FIFA career mode looked like and how it was bobbins. But yeah, just as a general thing, I don't think there'd be that much interest in a video like that. What's going on with the Streamer Showdown? According to the Streamer Showdown Twitter, it's next week. I have no reason to believe that has changed. Ooh, that was an interesting effort. Don't play the matches yourself in Football Manager. Or do I? Have I got a controller to hand? And can't see one. To be fair, I don't play the matches myself in FIFA career mode either. If I could find a way to play Ultimate Team without playing any matches, I would. The playing of matches in FIFA is the worst part of FIFA by miles. I'd love a game that was just collecting the Ultimate Team cards. Basically, I want a Pokemon card collecting game, but with footballers on the internet that I could stream and 5,000 people would watch and I'd get rich doing. So I don't want a lot. I just want all of those things together, really. Am I playing in the next Streamer Showdown? I don't believe any announcements have been made about who's in the next Streamer Showdown. Therefore, I would be a monster if I were to comment one way or another. Doesn't cost you thousands of pounds to get any wood. To be honest, I wouldn't mind that part of it if I was making even more money off streaming it. You look at these big FIFA content creators who, the day FIFA comes out, they load £50,000 worth of FIFA points on there and they've immediately got these brilliant teams. I mean, they're making a lot more than the money they've loaded on there. It's fine. I'd spend 50 grand if it guaranteed me £500,000 of income that year. That would be fine. Imagine FM Ultimate Team. I would love that. I've suggested it to Miles in the past. I've even given him suggestions as to how it could work. I don't think he's interested. Especially if the 50k is a business expense. Well, exactly. I mean, and for them, it is a business expense. If you're a FIFA YouTuber, I mean, for me, FIFA points is a business expense because I only get them to show them on stream. They're 4 streams. So if I'm my £400 or £500 a year I spend on FIFA points, you can be sure that that's a business expense. That goes on every year because they're purely for content. Wouldn't buy them otherwise. Don't play the game when I'm not streaming it. Did I ever try out the new PvP mode? I haven't yet. I keep meaning to, but I haven't yet. We're going to have a goal here, I think. Oh, it was very nearly a goal, a football goal. How can we be so poor in the Premier League but put 6 goals past Roma twice this season? How bad must Roma be? Are we being misled about how good they are? Was the Did we forget to load the Italian league? Am I going to get a major culture shock against Hearts? Because that would upset me quite a lot. So I'm kind of assuming we're winning that now. So I would be a bit upset if we didn't. Right, come on. Do a football. Please and thank you. I might like to get a chance to get an FM Alpha Beta preview when FM23 is coming up. I won't know until they either invite me or don't invite me. I have done the last 3 or 4 years, so I don't think I've upset them this year. So if they do such a thing, I imagine I'll probably get access to it. I never get it in advance just to mess. Like, I know if you're a tester of the game, you might already have it now. I don't get that. I only ever get it for the as part of a content creator capture event. Why are we so rubbish? We're great in Europe. We're rubbish. I need to check on Roma and the Italian league. I might need to temper expectations a little bit here. Or maybe we only care about the Conference League. We've recognised it's the big one, and we now only care about that. I will hydrate. But only because I'm panicking. Yummy, yummy, yummy. It's really warm in here this afternoon. We might have to put the air conditioning on again in a minute. Right. Roma. 10th in Serie A. So they are the Italian equivalent of us. Oh, here we go. We've got to go back to the diamond. We had a good run, but I am unwilling to experiment. The diamond is back, everybody. There we go. New tactic time. We have an entirely new tactic, everybody. Here we go. Oh, and we can fit in a friendly to practice it as well. What team do we want to beat? Cadbury. Let's get some free chocolate out of it. How can a team beat Roma 6-1 and not be able to beat Brighton and Watford? It's just how we are. Will they not see through that? They didn't see through it when we did it the other way. When we were playing the diamond for 5 years and we got the Chapman unwilling to experiment, and I just pushed the DM forward and we won 11 games in a row straight afterwards. So, I mean, you can see it from last season. We literally were playing the diamond in this kind of horrible form again, and we pushed the DM forward and won every game for the rest of the season. And then started this season pretty well. So I'm hoping just the act of dropping the DM back again means we fool the game and we're allowed to have some form back. Because I firmly believe the reason we're struggling for form is because the game thinks we're overperforming based on the quality of our players, the reputation of our club. And I think it's just punishing us a little bit with some of these results. So we'll see. We'll see if my theory is correct. The opposition won't do such a vastly different and unseen tactic. Exactly. Going to blow their tiny minds. I am starting to think this is 2 seasons in a row we've had to do that, though. It might be time finally to sign some wingers this summer and go to like a 4-2-3-1 or a 4-3-3 or a system that could accommodate either of them. Do we have anybody who can play wide? Let's go to squad depth. No, not registration. Squad depth. And then position overview. So we've got 2 good left wingers, but they're both left backs. So we'd need left wingers. We have 6 good right wingers, including Nilter, Wellington, Simonovic, and Shoei forward. So, yeah, we basically just need to go out and sign a left winger. If we go out and sign a left winger, we can play a 4-2-3-1 or a 4-3-3. Right, we are putting the air conditioning on. It's too hot in here. It means the lighting's going to be rubbish now as well. You have to open the window up. It's too hot! Oh. It's 29 degrees in here at the moment. Ah! There we go. Oh, it's too hot in here. Simonovic has made his first appearance. I mean, he's a winger. He asked for the number 7 shirt. So he's definitely a winger. So he's one option. Juarez has made his Mexico debut as well. Excellent. Oh, I need this air conditioning to kick in quickly. I'm melting. 29 degrees. It's 26 outside at the moment, apparently 29 in here. And we're just hitting the stage of the day where the sun starts to come around over the front of the house. So it will start beating in the window and it'll just get hotter and hotter and hotter. It's going to push up over 30 degrees in here soon. I need the air conditioning to do its job quick. I'm going to put it on earlier. You saw my butt, right? Lucky you. Give away good money for that on my OnlyFans. If you want to see more of my bum cheeks, patreon.com/LOLLUJO. Larios is now British. Hooray! Replace the shelves with open freezers. What happened at the physio? I have patella tendonitis. I've got exercises to do. They hurt. But he's pretty sure nothing is broken or torn or ruptured or exploded or in the wrong place. Which is good. Only an 8-1 win. Rubbish. Rory Bailey's very tired. Right, we're going down. Down we go. Down we go. Oh! Oh, I can feel the air conditioning from here. Where's the fan? I can turn the fan up as well. Chris, you're going to have to put some music in the background. Just not as loud as the other day. People got grumpy about it. But we do need a little bit of music to cover this noise. I'm on the wrong camera still. There we go. Fixed it. What a hero. Watching the stream while writing my master's dissertation is really making me want to just close it and play FM. Do it. Give yourself 20 minutes of FM. What's the worst that could happen? It'll be fine. Did it say Larios is the top scorer at the club? I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he was. The reason we signed so many strikers in January is because our strikers are not scoring goals. Murtha's the top scoring striker on 10. But yeah, Larios, Goo, Creel, Beefy, Jarvis, all ahead of any other striker. Oh, we've got one of the best wonder kids in the world. We've got 4 of the best wonder kids in the world. Wow. Koenig, who we signed in January, is the 7th best wonder kid in the world. Showy Forward is number 12. Rodriguez is what number? 31. He's out on loan at PAOK at the moment. Hopefully coming back with a work permit. And Vold is number 44. There you go. That's how you do it, boys and girls. Now we just need to scout the rest of them. Especially these ones that are still in South America. They are prime for the stealing. I mean, he's probably got a release clause. And he's a winger. A winger. Do we need another? I mean, what's his release clause? Have we got money? We don't really have money. We'll wait. He's the best. He's the next gen winner, and he's still in Argentina. It feels like there's going to be a queue for him in the summer. There's Koenig, which is lovely. Come on, everybody. Everybody gets scouted. Everybody's having a good time. Showy Forward. There he is. Well worth the money. He's right there on the next gen list. These are all players we signed in the summer. This shows that the project we're building here at Leamington, it is moving in the right direction. We had nobody on this list last year. Now we have 4 people on this list. You're welcome, people of Leamington. I am securing your future. These are all 4 of them will become homegrown at club as well, which is even more exciting. These are going to be the players we build our Champions League team around for the next 10 years. So you are welcome. It's like I've played this game before. He knows what he's doing, boys and girls. Who'd have thought he knows what he's doing? I wish they'd just put a scout all button on this. If you could find me, he's ours already, isn't he? If you could find me a single person who doesn't scout every single player on this list when they come through, you are finding me a liar. So, Miles, I know you're there. This is how you spend your afternoons. I know you're there. Just add a scout all button, because we all do this. And this takes ages. It's not a good user experience. Just let us scout them all in one go. Like you do on trial day. Just give us a scout all button. Because this is silly. Do the same thing for the world top 50 thing. Oh, he's already ours. And while you're at it, make it so that you can select all from the director of football recommendations as well. Just save us all a bit of time. This is how I expect. This takes more time than playing the matches each season. Scouting everyone on there individually. Right, Goo needs a rest for a few weeks. That's fine. We can give him a rest for a few weeks. 2 weeks of no training for Goo. He's not good enough. Don't worry about scouts. Don't worry about youth players. Someone else will sort all of that. Simonovic was on the list last year, was he? Well, that told me. Just need a button in the corner to scout all. Exactly. Lego Lich, thank you very much for 11 months. Sam, I'm glad you enjoyed the beginners video. I need to do more stuff like that. I had a logo made for a guide series and everything, and I haven't done any of it. Maybe that's how I should be spending my summer. Making evergreen Football Manager guide videos that will still be relevant when FM23 comes out. The only issue with doing it is they'll change everything just to spite me. I'll put all these great videos out, then they'll change everything to spite me. Without giving info, have I sorted Andy? I can't really answer that without giving info. I mean, I don't think there's any harm in you knowing his last day at school is next Thursday, and we were not aware. But what we've done about it is something I'm not going to share. But yeah, he has 6 days left at school in his life now. Don't even need a button. Have a directive for the assistant manager / head scout to automatically scout next gen. Exactly. Right, we have... This was, earlier in the year, this was advertised to us as an excellent golden generation youth intake. And I remember scoffing. And what do you know? It's a below average youth intake. Derwin McDowell is a central midfielder with a fantastic... I love Derwin. That's a great name. Oh, a left winger. We needed a left winger. Harry Matthews. You need a surname. But we'll see. If you end up any good, we'll sort you out of a surname. And then Dwayne Quarry is a striker. A little striker. Only 5'8". He needs some bulk on him. Three elite talents is nothing to scoff at. I mean, elite talents with a huge pinch of salt. An enormous pinch of salt needed. None of these will end up anywhere near our first team. They're elite for our youth system. I had a 5'8" defensive mid thinking he was too small. 3 years, 8 years, 6'4". They do go through these growth spurts, so fingers crossed. Which is weird, because by the time I was like 14, I was already fully grown. I guess it's almost as if different people develop at different rates and at different times. 3.5 stars minimum is a decent squad player at least. Based on the club's current reputation. That's what you've got to remember. And in 5 years' time, when they're 20, our current club reputation won't be 3.5 stars anymore. It'll be 4.5 stars. So those guys who were 3.5 star potential in a 3.5 star club, when we're a 4.5 star club and in the Champions League, they'll be like 2-star players, and we'll just release them and they'll play in the Championship for a 3.5 star club and probably have lovely Championship careers. But none of them will end up any good for us once they've developed. Right, come on, let's beat Derby. Back with the diamond. I was 5'2" at late 14, 6'2" at 16. Wow. I was 6'2" by 14 and haven't grown since. I wonder why I stopped growing so young. I should have gone into the doctors at 15 and said, look, I've stopped growing. What can you do about it? If I'd have got another 2 years, if I'd have grown a foot from age 14, I'd have been in the NBA, or I'd be a professional wrestler or something, or at least in a circus as like some kind of tall, freaky man. I didn't have my growth spurt till I was 18. I was 6 foot at 14. I'm still 6 foot at 40 plus. Yeah, you're probably not growing anymore. You're like me. Shouldn't feel left out in Amsterdam. The Dutch are the tallest people in the world on average. Are they, by golly? I just know I'm 6 foot and I was taller than everyone else around me until I was 18-ish. Then I was taller than the other women, but not the men. I had this weird situation where, because I grew up out in the sticks with the country air and the fertilizer, I was never more than mid-height in my class at school. When they'd line you up in height order for PE, I'd be somewhere in the middle. Despite being 6'2" at 14, there were loads of kids way bigger than me. I was very much average size. But then I'd go to the football at the weekend in the centre of Peterborough, only 8 miles away, but it would be all the city centre folk there who grew up with the smog and the no fertilizer, and I would tower over all the full-size adults. And it was baffling, because I was just an average-sized kid who, when I went out into the wider world, was bigger than everybody. It's very odd. Am I going to treat myself to some brownies in the Netherlands? Look, I've been reading about this. and it's recommended that I stay clear of what it said in the rough guidebook as stay away from space cakes, because apparently they are pretty strong and the effect can last for up to 12 hours. And bearing in mind, the reason I don't drink alcohol is because I don't like the feeling of being drunk. I don't like the feeling of losing control. I really like my brain, and I don't like anything that changes my brain and how my brain works. I don't like taking painkillers because I don't want my brain to be weird. So the idea of me eating a cake that is going to make me into a space cadet for 12 hours, it really doesn't appeal. There you go, there's your posture check. So, I don't know. We'll see. I'm not saying I definitely won't. And I think Anna definitely should try something because she has this ongoing, constant, chronic back pain. So, I think for sure she should try smoking some of the devil's lettuce and see if it helps. Because if it does, great. And she doesn't mind drinking and all, you know, she doesn't mind all that stuff. So I'm sure I'll go to the places where such things are available. I probably won't partake myself though, because it just doesn't really appeal. That being said, I can see someone else has said about not going to the red light district. We are absolutely going to the red light district. That's like the tourist place to go to. Of course we're going to the red light district. I want to go and have a look. I want to go to the sex museum. I'm 6'3", had growing pains as a teen. Oh yeah, I had growing pains. Absolutely I did. That's why my knees are so wrecked now, I should think. So my main priorities for Amsterdam, I want to try Dutch chips to see if they're as good as Belgian chips. And I want to go to the sex museum. And I want to get some devil's lettuce into Anna to see if it fixes her back. If I achieve those three things, it'll be a successful trip. Chips with peanut satay sauce. That sounds pretty special. I need to try the mayonnaise though. I mean, let's face it, I'm going to have chips every day. I'm on holiday. Yeah, I've been told the mayonnaise is great, and I need to try this satay stuff. The red light district during the day is a sight to behold. You need to get some tulips while you're there. Look, if there's one thing I'm not getting involved in, it's tulips. I grew up less than 10 miles from Spalding, the tulip capital of the UK. You're not going to tell me these Dutch tulips are better than Spalding tulips. I'm from Lincolnshire. I'm a Spalding tulip man. I might take some Spalding tulips with me just to show everybody that Spalding tulips are better than stupid Dutch tulips. Yeah. I got lost in Amsterdam after some of the devil's lettuce and I ended up eating a pizza kebab. It's exactly what you think. I'm thinking pizza on a stick. There you go. Chapman's tactical gamble pays off. I mean, it was a big gamble. I had no idea. Anything could have happened. We dropped the DM back. Anything could have happened. What a gamble. But it did pay off. We have recovered. Where in Lincolnshire am I from? I grew up in Deeping St James, which is just over the border from Peterborough. The River Welland was the border, and I was within a mile of the River Welland. I was very nearly a Peterborough boy. I mean, I was born in Peterborough, to be fair. And my parents were both from Peterborough and moved out that way when I was... In fact, I lived the first year and a half of my life in Peterborough, and then we moved out to Lincolnshire, which is always my explanation for why my brother's an inch taller than me, because I had to put up with a year and a half of living in the smoggy city, whereas he got all 18 years of his childhood out in Lincolnshire, out in the sticks. And with the fertilizer, which is why he's got an extra inch on me. The Dons, thank you for 4 months. I don't want to play Football Manager. I feel like I've achieved all I could in FM21, and I don't want to start a new save. Guess I should buy FM22. I mean, you've worked that problem out for yourself right there. Show you're working in the chat. You have, and we all agree. Go get FM22. Exclamation mark FM22 for my discount code. Which at this time of year, I have no idea if it's a good price or not. I just know it's 10% off whatever the standard price is on that store. I haven't checked for about 6 months what the price is. So there might be cheaper ways to do it now. My neighbour has a PE postcode and I have LN. I mean, PE postcodes cover a huge area. Skegness is a PE post. I think both Skegness and Hunstanton are PE postcodes. And they're the opposite sides of the wash from each other. It must be one of, geographically, it must be one of the largest postcode areas in the country. Because up here, it's PE postcodes. Boston's a PE postcode. Sleaford, I think, is a Nottingham, but that might be PE as well. Grantham, I know, is NG. That's Nottingham. Sleaford, I think, might be a PE postcode. Bourne and Stamford are definitely PE postcodes. So, yeah, it's a massive area. We need to Google it. What's the biggest postcode area in the country? What is the biggest postcode area in England? I'm excited to find out. The biggest postcode area is IV, also known as Inverness. I said in England! That doesn't help. In England. Inverness is not in England. Ugh. I don't even know how to find this out. List of biggest postcode areas in England. I don't want population, I want geographical size. This must be something someone has researched at some point. So where's PE on this list? Let's see what we're working with. So PE, 39 districts, but covers 6 counties. Cambridgeshire, Bedfordshire, Lincolnshire, Norfolk, Northamptonshire and Rutland. In 2 different regions. I find it hard to believe there's a bigger postal code area. Someone's going to have to find me a proper link to look at. Right, Harry Matthews, have a contract. I always knew this guy was going to be good. Devon Creel, we will of course try and loan for another year. Ah, Chelsea want to play him in the first team. We do have a £32 million optional future fee, which I think we probably have to just pay this summer, assuming we have a £32 million budget, which we're going to be pretty close. I think we just buy Devon Creel, because I think he's been that important. I have no idea what that message someone's put about vlogging means. RLD, don't know what that means. Sheffield has over 50 postcode districts. Looking at a map, it's a toss-up between CA, NE, EX, and P. Oh, is there a map? Have a look. Map of postcode areas. Oh, here we go. No, that's counties. Ugh, no one wants counties. I want postcode areas. Oh, red light district. Ah, okay. I mean, I'm not going to film boobies, am I? And put them on YouTube. I'm not a silly goose. This isn't my first rodeo. Yeah, I think asking Jay Foreman might be the only answer. Someone get him on the phone. Second in on the page. What, this one? Map of postcodes. Oh, there we go. There we go. Look. Map of postcodes. Look how big PE is compared to everybody else. It's obscenely big. So there's PE. YO might be better. It depends. Do you count the wash? Look how big that is. It's beautiful. Oh, I'm so proud. So very proud. Yeah, we're not counting Scotland. There's probably 9 people who live there. Scotland isn't getting involved. This is England. England only. NE and CA and EX are all pretty big, aren't they? PE needs to do a hostile takeover. MK don't need a postcode. I think we should try and... I think we should invade Milton Keynes. Is that how this works? Come on, PE crew! We're coming for you, MK. CB doesn't need one either. It's not even the biggest city in Cambridgeshire. Why do they get a postcode? I mean, it is the biggest city in Cambridgeshire, but they're not as high up the league. We've got a bigger area. M key, NN, and LE can be absorbed by the PE gang. Come on. Why is it so big? Because there's literally nothing here. PE is the only city in that PE area. I mean, that's what it is. It's done by cities, presumably, isn't it? So Lincoln is a city, Nottingham's a city, Leicester, Northampton's only a town, so Northampton can do one, and we'll take MK's only just become a city. By rights, PE should take Northampton and Milton Keynes. Stevenage surely isn't a city. Luton may as well not exist. Cambridge, I'll let Cambridge continue. Norwich and Ipswich can have their fun. Although Ipswich is a town as well. So Ipswich should take NR postcodes. We'll let that one become bigger. But Peterborough is absolutely taking Northampton, Milton Keynes, Luton, Stevenage, St Albans. What a waste. We'll have all of this. Go PE! Keep your knee out of MK and NN postcodes. Look, it's about time the yokels round that way learned that. I mean, we could play along with chat now. We'll settle this because it's obvious. How is this word pronounced? I mean, it's not hard. Can you believe? Can you believe the Northampton lot? No, not River 9. What the hell is that? What the hell is River 9? Give me River. Why have I put 9? Neen. River Neen. River Neen. The numbskulls in Northampton pronounce that as Nen. I can only assume they can't read beyond 3-letter words, so they don't see the E at the end. They probably call it Rivnen. Bunch of plonkers. It's obviously Neen. Right, we're playing Hearts in the Europa Conference League, the big one. Wikipedia puts it rhyming with hen first. Yeah, because I imagine that person, whoever updated the Wikipedia page, was a cobbler. Needs fixing. How do we edit Wikipedia? Start editing. Where is it? Where do we get to? So we just swap them around. Put an or between. There we go. Publish changes. Problem solved. Right, let's do a football. Those of you who are writing the same thing in the chat, I mean, it's done now, isn't it? Should we try to avoid drawing attention to it? Or should we keep typing it over and over again in the chat so that someone goes and checks? Right, come on then, let's do a football. That's how you do a football, boys and girls. It's the Leahy Derby. We love a bit of a Leahy. I need to use my sponsor to hide it. Maybe I did. Come on! Leamington has a CV postcode, does it? We're going to win the Conference League. Nobody can stop us. Come on, keep clicking. Weather report. It's hot. It's really hot. It is down to 25 degrees in my office now, thanks to the air conditioning being on. It is very hot. Yeah, Cadrich is 6'8". He is a big boy. There's a lot of him. That's why we signed him, because he's 6'8". And you can't teach that. Here he goes again. Oh, foul. Referee. They're cheating. 32 in my home office with a floor fan and tower fan on. Wowzers. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Oh, it's easy. It is easy. Bin report. The bins were all done very early today. They were done well before the stream started. It was black bin. Is it black? What colour are my rubbish bins? I don't think they are black. Are they? Is it black? I think it is black. It was black bin day. Rubbish. General waste today. And it's gone. Thank you to the binfluencers for letting me know which bin I was supposed to put out. 32 in my office, 38 outside, so not complaining. Wow, that is warm. Europa League next year, then that's the idea. Win this, get into the Europa League. Look at us go. There's no stopping us. We score all the goals in Europe. Oh, imagine winning a European trophy in our first ever season in Europe. That'd be stunning. Oh, Cadrich is injured. Boo and hiss. What club are we playing against? We're playing against Hearts. And we have got a maxed out attendance at the City Ground. Is it the City Ground? Is that what it's called in Birmingham? St Andrews. It's not the City Ground, is it? City Ground is... I want to say City Ground is Forest, which is bonkers. Because they should be called City then, shouldn't they? No, it's St Andrews, isn't it? Yeah. Beefy, what are you doing? Come along now, Beefy. Beefy, 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 beefy. Lovely stuff. Hibs are beating Sporting. I mean, that's perfect. We'll take Hibs in the next round. 23 in my room, 27 outside. It is now Still 26 outside, and it's now down to 24 in my office, thanks to the wonders of air conditioning. It was 29 when I turned it on. If we can get down to like 21, 22, I might turn it off again and remove some of the background noise to make Chris's job a little easier. We are absolutely ruining Hearts. Some would say we're breaking Hearts with this performance. This is where we all turn up for the away leg. Everyone turns up with Heartbreakers t-shirts on. Oh, it's 6-0. Do we have to play the second leg? Play the second leg. We are 6-0 up. What a tactical change this was. I am a genius when it comes to tactics. There's no one else on my level when it comes to tactics. Surely we don't have to play the away leg. It seems like such a waste of a flight. 7-0. Scottish football was really legitimate, though. Oh, I'm so sorry, Scotland. I mean, you've brought this on yourselves, but I am so sorry. But this is a coach journey rather than a flight. We're a Premier League team. We're not going all the way to Scotland on a coach. I'm flying there. Birmingham to Edinburgh. I want to say his Heart's in Edinburgh. It's a long old coach journey. We're flying. We're Leamington. Can we get to double figures? That's the question. Should we put the reserves out for the second leg? I mean, there's really no point playing the first team in the second leg, surely. Can you get flights from Birmingham International Airport to Edinburgh? We could swing by a convention at the NEC on the way. We want 8. We want 8. Oh, St Andrews has never seen anything like it. $40 or 50-minute flight. Sorted. The best thing is it looks like we're getting Hibs in the next round. So we can do this all over again and book a spot in the final. That, boys and girls, is called doing a football. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Love if it was a ploy by Hearts for you to play the second team so you got beat 10-0. I mean, to be fair, the second team's going to beat them as well, isn't it? Easier than Tor's early seasons. I mean, to be fair, there were league games we won like 15-0 with Tor, so it's not quite at that level. But that was fun. I enjoyed that. Oh, Cadridge is out for 4 weeks. This European adventure is a lot of fun. Can we filter this just to show the Conference League? Ah! Not like that, we can't. What did I do? What did I do? Conference League. There we go. We've had some wins in the Conference League this season. On the way to winning the thing. should probably add other leagues back on here now. Ah! Press the wrong button again. What's going on? Here we go. SMW, thank you for 4 months. Who do we play in between? Sheffield United. And then Hearts again. Mr. Pep, thank you for 6 months. Lovely, lovely, lovely. How did I play Roma 4 times? Because we played them in the group stages, and then we played them again in the knockout rounds. We beat them 4 times. How many more goals do we have to score past Hearts for them to have conceded more against us this season than Roma did? I searched PE, CA and NE individually, and PE is the biggest out of the 3 by 20k hectares. Well, there you go. PE! Woo, woo, woo! Now we just need to try and get bigger than these big, enormous Scottish ones. Kyle, thank you for 27 months. There's a store. Oh, what was that? I burped while saying store. There's a store selling collectibles and comics quite close to Amsterdam Central Station. Shouldn't mention it, otherwise you'd be distracted. I'm there. I can't buy too much stuff though, because I've got to come back on an aeroplane. I don't usually travel by aeroplane, so I can't really buy anything unless I buy it and post it back to myself. I guess I can buy comics. There's hydrating. Yeah, we qualified for the Conference League by finishing 7th last season. In our first season in the Premier League. And now we're going to qualify for the Europa League by winning the Conference League. And then we're going to win the Europa League to qualify for the Champions League. And then we're going to win the Champions League without ever finishing in the top 4 of the Premier League. And that would be awesome. Get a private plane, call it a business expense. Ah. If it gets too bad, I'll just leave my CPAP machine there, because I've got a letter saying I'm allowed that as additional hand luggage because it's a medical device. So I'll just empty that out, leave my CPAP machine there and fill it with collectibles. It'll be fine. It's a good chance to try to win the Champions League whenever finishing in the top 10. Well, we already finished 7th last year, so we can't do that. But we could win it without ever finishing top 5. You're paying for extra baggage, buy it online, not at the airport. I'm not paying for extra baggage. I will be within my limits, and I will not buy loads of stuff while I'm there. I read all the rules about CPAP machines. I'm allowed it as an additional thing, and they can't charge me extra for it because it's a medical device. To be fair, it is EasyJet, so I guess we'll see when I get there. If anyone has any experience flying on EasyJet with a CPAP machine, which is a very niche thing for you to have experience with, but feel free to share your experiences. It even has an airplane mode on it for me to use it whilst we fly. I probably won't need it on an hour's flight to Amsterdam. Nil Tur has finally scored a goal for us. Hooray. Am I on the same flight as Jack? No, I'm on much earlier in the day. Jack wishes he was on the same flight as me. Because I'll be in Amsterdam early enough for the partners party, which I will not be going to because I will be 40 years old by then, and I can't think of many things worse than hanging out with a load of Twitch partners at a party. So I will not be going to that. But I'll be in Amsterdam for it, so I can tell Jack it was great, even though he won't be there early enough to go to it. My stepdad has a CPAP machine and has flown with EasyJet many times with no issues. Hopefully same for you. Awesome. Come on, Nil. His name no longer stands for how many goals he scored for us, which is nice. Posture check. There we go. My posture is as elegant as always. Now let's do another football goal, just to put this one out of question. As we look to qualify for Europe for next year, the conventional way. Beefy, you special, special boy. Oh, Beefy, 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 Beefy. Rename him Wanter. I quite like that. Just keep a tally of all the goals he scores for us in his name. When he's 386 Tur, because he's been here a while and he's an all-time club legend, that'd be very, very nice. Jack's got to fly from Luton instead of Gatwick. I mean, I chose to fly from Luton to begin with. Why would anyone not want to fly from Luton? Why would anyone want to go all the way to Gatwick? I mean, yes, he lives near Gatwick, but still, why would he want to fly from there? Can I do a verbal save rundown? I mean, I can give you a really quick version. We got promoted a lot. Now we're in the Premier League, and now we're trying to win the Conference League. If you want more detail than that, there are highlights videos on LOLLUJO 2 on YouTube. Only 97 parts, so it's really quick and easy to catch up with. We're back up to 25 degrees. The air conditioning's giving up. It's still almost as hot in here as it is outside. This is no good. Jack was flying at 6 AM. Now it's at 4 PM. Yeah, but you can use that time to travel to Luton. It'll be fine. I think my flight's at like 9:30 because, again, I'm a reasonable person. I don't want to fly at 6 AM. I'll fly at 9:30 in the morning. I can get up at a reasonable time, leave my house at a reasonable time, fly at a reasonable time. The first 40 or so parts of Leamington are on the main YouTube channel. They were the first 40 parts of Non-Native Legend. Then we split the universe and we stayed at Leamington here on Twitch with highlights on the LOLLUJO 2. And then we moved to Peterborough on YouTube. PX is about the same as NE. So what you're telling me is PE is the biggest postcode area geographically in England. I knew there was something to be proud of about being from Peterborough. Just had my flight moved from Gatwick to Gatwick from Luton. Guess I won't be meeting Kev and the Beyblade. So you've had yours moved from Luton to Gatwick, and Jack's had his moved from Gatwick to Luton. What the hell is going on here? Why are they just randomly swapping flights around? You and Jack can swap flights. SY is bigger than PE, but it's in England and Wales. Doesn't count then. How big is Peterborough anyway? I mean, the city, not particularly big. Pretty small as cities go. EasyJet's a mess. I mean, I've had my plane changed a couple of times, but the flight itself hasn't changed. The flight time. I've had to reselect my seats about 3 times. Because you want to go to Krakow. So you're not going to Amsterdam. That's probably more of an issue. I bet he probably won't mind. As long as he can fly at 6 a.m. Will I do this different world split thing for FM23? Probably not. Really depends on what we're doing on Twitch at the time. It was just all nicely timed and worked out quite nicely this year. Will there be a network game tomorrow? Check Jack's Twitter. Is the only answer I can give to that. It really depends on if Jack has internet or not. It's all his fault. Showy forward doesn't want to be a breakthrough player. It's almost as if we spent 70 million on him. Koenig, the 7th best youngster in the world. They've both accepted it though, thanks to Connor Weaver, who's obviously a very intimidating man. Right, we are going to rotate a bit for this, because why wouldn't we? Tom Wooster can play in Europe. Swap those 2 round. That probably makes more sense. Oh, hold on. There we go. 1 turn now up top for us. Very exciting. Did Tom Heaton move to PSG in this universe? I'm not sure. We're back down to 24 degrees, everybody. It's exciting times. Oh, I love that Sparks and Webb are both, and Godwin are all playing in the latter stages of a European competition. They were playing for us in the championship. As was Aaron Jarvis. Ha ha ha! Jack has now had a call off of BT. Wonderful. Well, they're telling him to stop pestering them on social media and accept that he doesn't get broadband anymore. They told him to go to Virgin. Yeah, Wooster was there in non-league. That's a very good point. Godwin and Wooster were both with us in the National League. But it's very special for them to be playing for us in Europe. Although, to be fair, Wooster has got legitimate England caps, not just ones that I gave him. So he is pretty useful. Oh, that's an interesting pass, which we seem to have got away with, because there's no attacking intent at all from Hearts. Nobody's even turned up for this. It's almost as if they were 7-0 down going in. How early can you get diagnosed with autism? I don't know. Check with the GP, I guess. Is the sensible thing to do. Oh, they scored a goal. Well done, Hearts. Well done, you. You deserved it. Lucky old you did a football goal. A fluky old football goal. Come back. I suspect probably not. We've got the big boys on the bench if need be. Although no sign of showy forward even on the bench. The Leamington faithful are getting a little bit concerned about showy forward. Although actually I don't think we registered him for the European squad, so that's probably why. Ooh. Come on, Tommy. Start saving goals. Creel can come off and have a bit of a rest. And we'll play Godwin at centre-back. He can do that. And he can do that. And then let's get Juarez on. First we want to look at, I guess Josh Cooper can come on and play, but we'll bring him on for Webby so that we can push Koenig further forward. Actually, we might put Koenig in his actual position. And now we'll just have to play there like that. That's fine. That works. What's up with Phil Scott these days? I'm not sure. We've not checked in on him for a while. Juarez has been on for 1 minute and picked up an injury. Can we not just take him back off again? Whoever he came on for still got their shorts on. Goo on a 6.2. Still, I mean, he's not even sat down yet. Just let him come back on. Oh, Tutor! Oh! This is going to be fun. Every time he scores, the crowd yell the number and count with us. Do we have to update his name mid-game? I think we probably do, don't we? So he's now Tutor. Boom. Lovely. And then whatever he leaves Leamington on, that'll be his name for the rest of his career. But it'll be perfect. New shirt. Yeah. Oh, he's got to change his shirt. Absolutely. What has gone on in the other game? Are we going to be playing Hibs in the next round? I'd quite like to play Hibs rather than Sporting. I'm fairly confident we should be all right with Scottish clubs based on this. We could do Hibs in the semi-final, Celtic in the final, I think. Right. Oh, we do get Hibs in the next round. Are Celtic still in on the other side as well? Oh, Celtic have bottled it. So I guess we're looking at a Stuttgart final if we get that far. Which, I mean, Hearts are nowhere near as good as Hibs. So Hibs is going to be more of a challenge. But first we play Manchester United. Prov91, thank you very much for 4 months. Every season, Nilter is Tutor now, I think you'll find. Needs a squad number to match his last name from the previous season. We don't change squad numbers around here. We don't change them for anybody. Squad numbers are auto-allocated and they always will be. It's a very simple rule. Right. Come on, have a little tickle. There you go. We tickled Veraccia. He loves it. The only goal now is to keep ourselves in good form for those European games. The league doesn't matter anymore. We just need to win the Conference League. Right, now is a ball-winning midfielder. Larios can sit there as a playmaker like that. Yes, that works much better. Tutor keeps his place. Fleming has got a knock, which is a little bit alarming. But he's still better than Wooster. Right, come on, gents. Let's beat Manchester United. Let's get the league table on. Let's stand up to celebrate. Up we go. Bye. I'll see you up there. I'll see you up. Bye. Left. This table's too low. Why is it stopped there? That's where it's supposed to be. Oh, that's a comfortable height. What's the temperature like? It's up to 25 again. It does feel hot. How many goals does he need to score before his name is in number form? It will never go into number form for as long as I can help it, but there is a character limit, so the day might come. Well, rather than changing to numbers, we'll perhaps loop him back round to nil again and start again. That would get really complicated. If I can type out by hand 63 ter, then I am all for it. Come on, let's do a football, boys. Oh, ter, go on. Roman numerals. That starts to get very complicated. I'm not sure how far I know Roman numerals for. I didn't go to school in Rome, you see. Oh, it's so much hotter standing up. Oh, it's hideous. But it does cool off the sweaty regions down there. What I need is my my Manscaped crop reviver. It's up in the bathroom. Because I'm reasonable. I'm going to keep it on my desk, am I? Do I look Roman to you? Exactly. Exactly. Very good point. How do I know when older TV shows and films were made? I have this system that I use called Not Caring, which really helps with that. I need mesh shorts and a fan belt. What, like swimming shorts? Not like swimming shorts indoors. That misleads my scrotum. If I put swimming shorts on, everything down there gets a little bit excited. It knows what's coming. I'm not going to put a pair of swimming shorts on and then not submerge myself. That's false advertisement. Scrotum deceit, exactly. I need to get a rubber stamp that says scrotum deceit. And if I ever see anyone wearing swimming shorts in public, just smash the stamp into their nuts. And it's fair because I'm showing the world that they deceived their scrotum that day. I think I can get away with it. We need to pass that as a law. What are the government up to these days? They can surely pass that as a law for me. Come on, Vold, the third, I think, 42nd best young player in the world. Show us why. Encourage! Give it to Tur. We want to change his nickname again. 3 Tur. Oh, it's offside. Oh, I think it's going to be offside. Let's not change his name just yet. Come on. 3. Come on then. Change his name. Change his name immediately. We don't want to see the replay. Come on. This is my new favourite part of Football Manager. There you go. Beautiful. We've got a new star. The new cult hero of the series. Now we're giving away a penalty. Right, come on, Fleming. Injured Fleming. Oh, come on! We're going to beat Manchester United. Is that guy's name Goalscorio? Not quite. Because that's a pretty on-the-nose nickname if it was. That's like this. Oh, no. He's injured Tur. Well, that little bit of fun is over. World could never let me have anything nice, can it? Oh, Kev, looks like you're enjoying yourself there. Let me take the source of your pleasure away. Unacceptable. Oh, let's have another one. Connor Howard's coming on for Manchester United. I imagine he's done his cruciate ligaments and he'll be 3 Tur forever now. I'd like the world, I'd like history to reflect that he got those 3 goals in consecutive games. And for those 3 games, he looked like he was the answer to all of our problems. And then his leg fell off and it was all done for him. But for a brief moment of history, we thought we had a superstar on our hands. And then it was finished. Perhaps we should change his name to count down how many months it is until he's back in the team. Start counting how many matches he's missed. I need my Tur fun. He's off of one of my teams this year. Chechon. I never learned how to say his name. I think it's Sechon. I think that's what we settled on. Kekon should be how you say it. Right, let's see what the damage to Tur is. No, that Sechon guy there was in the Real Madrid team, I think. In Non-Need to Legend. Not Chachon. Not to be confused with the guy we've got at Tor. I'm sure that right back. Is he a right back or a right winger? I'm sure he was at Real Madrid. Oh, 3 to 4 weeks, Tur. For that brief moment in history. And then it all got taken away. That's him out for the season, effectively. Right, Aston Villa away. The last time this is going to be our big local derby. It won't be unless Coventry get promoted next year. This will still be our local list of local derbies when we're back in Leamington next year. But it's the last time they come to play us at St Andrews. I've just poured that all down myself. I need a sippy cup. I can't be trusted to drink out of adult implements. I'm now spitting it all over my keyboard. This is what Triple H as a Twitch streamer would be like. Spraying his moustache juice everywhere. Stop it! Goodness me! My desk's drenched. We're still at 25 degrees, everybody. 25 degrees. The season's made me check Leamington news and transfers. Thanks, Kev. Always needed a second team. Well, there you go. Oh, Tommy Wooster's injured as well. Beefy's injured as well. The injuries are piling up. We've played too much football. This is probably the most football matches we've ever played in a season. Throughout the entire save. And it is starting to show on our tiny, tiny squad. Full of young players. Perhaps the opportunity is there for showy forward against Aston Villa. Or perhaps we just continue to wait until he's can speak English and knows what's going on. Umbrella Academy Season 3. I see, I've never watched... I watched like the first 2 episodes of Umbrella Academy and didn't really get into it. Can we have a traffic update? Yeah, there is a car parked outside my house. But there is room to get a car in. So it's not too bad out there. But be aware, it's always the concern at this time of day, at least for the next 2 weeks. So it's never going to be a concern again. The school bus will be coming by within the next half hour, 45 minutes or so. So just be aware, if you are planning your journey, you don't want to get caught behind the school bus coming onto our estate. Oh, what's Theodros up to? Is he a staff member yet? Nope. Come on, Amari, you need to come home. You must have had enough fun in America now. How's the weather? I've been giving you weather updates throughout the stream. It's stupid hot. That's what the weather is. It's 26 degrees outside still. It's now down to 23 degrees in the office. The air conditioning is starting to do its thing. I might be able to safely sit back down in a minute without my lower regions perspiring quite so much as I did before. Posture check. It's difficult to do a posture check standing up. I generally stand better than I sit. So there you go. That is me with good posture. It's not that different from how I was standing before. But I'll do it. I'm fair. I am a fair man. You've invested 500 Kev points in my posture. I would hate for you to feel like you didn't get a return on your investment. Right. Showy forward. Show us what you can do. Everyone who arrived with him in January is now injured. The time is now for showy forward to prove to us that we were not mistaken bringing him in. Come on, showy forward. What a day to announce yourself as a star at Leamington in our local derby as well. Give it to showy forward. Oh, I thought it was going to bounce to him there. That would have been lovely. 39 and I'm slightly dying. I can imagine. I can't. I say I can imagine. I can't imagine. I cannot imagine how hot that is. I don't think I'd be able to cope. And I'm not sure what the hottest I've ever experienced is. But that just sounds really, really unpleasant. Give it to showy forward. Oh, there you go. Goo's going to give it to showy forward. Run, showy, run. Holbrook Gaming. Hello. Sparks, he's done well. The Sparks, of course, the Aston Villa youth player that we took off them when we were in the Championship. I say took off them, loaned him for several years, then paid them a 7-figure fee for him. It's basically the same thing. We robbed them. Come on, Goo. Larios. Oh, that should have been a goal. Larios is better than that. Swampy heat is way, way worse than dry desert heat. Are you suggesting I live in a swamp? I mean, it's a fair thing for you to suggest. But still. The hottest I've experienced was 44 when I lived in Menorca, working that heat in a bar wearing black shoes, trousers and a polo. Do not recommend that. Yeah, I just wouldn't. I'd just go home. I'd probably be fired, but I'd just go home. I couldn't. There's no way. I would pass out. I'm certain of it. But then I have been to, like, Greece and various Spanish islands, the Canary Islands. I've been to hot places. I don't know what the temperature was. This was pre-smartphone. So I had no concept of what the temperature was, but I must have experienced temperatures close to that. and it not feel as bad as it does here when it hits 30. We just can't cope with it in England. Bar had aircon. Oh, there you go. Come on, shall we forward? Oh, my word. Oh, that would have been a way to announce yourself. England heat is awful. Went on holiday to Spain when I was younger. Was 35, came back to England, was 28 and felt worse. It's not just me. When did I last go abroad? Like a month ago. We went to France. We can just leave Godwin doing that role, it'll be fine. Dry heat is much more bearable than wet, sticky heat. Which one do we have here then? Is this wet, sticky heat? I guess I am wet and sticky all the time, so it probably is. Ah! What was the heat like there? Nothing special. Not as hot as it is here now. Probably mid-20s was the hottest it got when we were in France. I don't even know what a dew point is. 34 yesterday with dry heat and I could tolerate it. A few weeks ago it was 30 with 100% humidity. It was infinitely worse. I can probably look on the weather app and tell you what our humidity is. This sort of stuff means nothing to me. Humidity at the moment is 37%. The dew point is 10 degrees right now. So I don't know what that means. It is currently 26 and feels like 26. Unless you're in my office, in which case it feels like about 35 without the air conditioning on. Well, we are now down to 23 still. I'm sitting back down. 23 is sitting down weather. Ah, there we go. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Oh, on the wrong camera. There we go. I need to find a way to sync up the button on my desk with OBS so that when I press that button, it automatically switches camera. I'm never going to remember to do it myself. I'm at 31 degrees C and 73% humidity, absolute swamp. Yeah, that doesn't sound very pleasant. 37% humidity isn't bad at all. It's pretty dry there. There we go. English is wet hot like Denmark, England and the rest of Scandinavia. If there's a lot of ocean around, normally it's high humidity. I mean, I'm pretty inland. Did I just relegate Villa? Did I? Oh, that's a shame. We relegated Villa. Connor Howard's the best player in the Premier League. Are you in, Connor? With the highest average rating in the entire Premier League. Kieran Brewerton has done a creative masterclass. That's interesting from our centre-back. Is this the longest save I've played without holidaying? Oh, nowhere near. Not even close. Not even close. Right, so now we play Hibs in Europe. Having absolutely spanked Hearts in the last round, Hibs have got the dual delights of being able to book a spot in a European final whilst also making their rivals look like silly gooses if they can beat the team that put 8 past Hearts. Of course, we've just got all eyes on the final. Come on! Playing these two the other way around seems to make sense to me. Can't get hold of him. Why would you not move? Move, man! There we go. That works. Right, we are away in the first leg, so just avoid defeat. That's all we're looking for here. Avoid defeat. I've sat down. We're back up to 26 degrees again in my office. Am I blocking the aircon somehow when I sit down? We're not that close to it. It's the amount of body heat I'm giving off. Oh my word! That, boys and girls, is our backup centre-back in a European semi-final. Would you like a bit of this? He took the free kick. It ends up with Juarez on the right, on the left-hand side, who crosses it back over to Sparks, who hits it first time on the volley into the top corner. Centre-back, boys and girls. Beautiful. I'll take it. Sparksy wants a European final. Come along, gentlemen. Oh, and it's a penalty as well. We want 8. We want 8. Is the camera out focus? It is. Hold on. He doesn't like my glasses. That should have fixed it. There we go. It doesn't recognise my eyes if I'm wearing glasses. That should have fixed it though. And now we're 2-0 up. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Come on, everybody. Come on, everybody. Let's dance. Come on. Do a dance. We're 2-0 up in Europe. Let's do a dance. It's a European semi-final. What is going on? 1-0 to Braga over Stuttgart in the other semi-final. I have no idea how good Stuttgart are this far in the future. Or Braga, for that matter. But I do know Hibs, who we're beating 2-0, knocked Sporting out in the last round. Got to be one of the easiest runs to a final ever. I mean, two things there. One, welcome to the Conference League. And two, have you not been paying attention to England in the last two major tournaments they've played in? Particularly the World Cup. Right. Saving tired legs now. We're running out of players who can play centre back. Yeah, we're just going to have to leave Dolman on. Weaver can come off though. I'll get Koenig on. Do that. And then Beefy can come on as well. Bring Wooster on up front. Can it be classed as a road to the final if you don't make it to the final? Of course it can. Because the route to the final was there. We fell at the final hurdle. Therefore, the route to the final was still an easy route to the final. We just didn't get to the final. Doesn't make it any less of an easy route. Braga still beating Stuttgart, but that'll do for a first leg. 2-0 up, away from home. Bring them back to Birmingham. Stuff 7 past them. Bring on the final. I don't even know where the final is. It'd be tempting fate to look before we qualify for it, I think. We'll just focus on winning the matches that are put in front of us. Conference League. What a tournament. It's all anyone cares about. It's basically interchangeable with the Champions League in people's minds, I think. Right, Newcastle in the Premier League, then back the big one against Hibs in the second leg. Do we put the reserves out against Newcastle? Probably not. There's no way we can actually qualify for Europe through the league now, though. I guess we need to make sure we're keeping relatively fresh. Right, Rodriguez, we can apply for a work permit. So fingers crossed, he'll now get one. Does it mention work permits on his pros and cons? Because he needs to be back with us for next season in order to get his homegrown at club status. So ideally, he'll have a work permit to be able to do that. First time on Twitch, first person I'm following here. Nice work. Welcome along. Hope you enjoy yourself. We have a lovely time here on Twitch. Conference League is so hard. Spurs couldn't even make it out of their group. Yeah, but they're Spurs, bless them. We shouldn't pick on Spurs. We should always punch up. All right. Hey, Rodriguez has his work permit. So next season, he will be back in our first team squad as our backup right back, I guess. One of Cooper or I guess Cooper has to go to make room for him. Koenig can also play right back, but Koenig's future is probably going to be in midfield. But I don't think we need Cooper anymore. Is Nick Pope to the Toon a good signing by them? I mean, what you got to remember with Newcastle is they can't go out and sign Haaland and Mbappe straight away. They might have the money to do it, but those players aren't going to come because they're not playing in Europe and the rest of the team's rubbish. So you've got to kind of... Newcastle aren't signing the players now that are going to be playing for them in the Champions League in 2 or 3 years. They've got to sign... Newcastle's job for this summer is sign players who can get them into the Europa League. And Pope, yeah, probably will be fine for that. The question just has to be, is he better than what they've already got? They're in the Man City signing Jody and Lescott era. Exactly. Yeah, they're not quite at the signing Kevin De Bruyne level yet. So just leave them to it. Let them gradually improve. I imagine players are going in there fully in the knowledge that they're just going in there to do a year or two and be moved on. It's very similar to City signing Shay Given. How long was Shay Given Man City's starting goalkeeper? City did sign David Silva and company in that stage. Newcastle signed Gramarez, or however you say his name, haven't they? So you could argue that he'd be their Silva. So they'll try and pick up the odd one or two. But the bulk of the players are going to be... players like Nick Pope, I guess. Yeah, it's the same problem we have in Football Manager. It's the same problem we've got with Leamington. Trying to find players who are better than what you've got and will actually sign for you when you're not in Europe. There's loads of players out there better than what Newcastle already have. And there's loads of players out there who'll sign for Newcastle, but those two don't necessarily cross over in a lot of places. I'll be honest, don't see Dwight Gale getting a game. No, he probably won't. Maybe wrong, it wasn't Company before the takeover. I mean, Company's a little bit different. They didn't sign European superstar elite level Vincent Company, did they? If I'm not wrong, did they not sign like teenage Vincent Company who's got a lot of potential and needs developing? Larios is good at football. That is correct. Tifo did a video about it. They call the players stepping stone players. There you go. There's even terminology for it. Now we know. We'll leave them that way around, I think. In fact, no, we won't, because actually we might. We're going to bring on Shall We Forward. We want to have a look at Shall We Forward. Any opportunity to have a look at Shall We Forward. Rory Bailey getting some game time. That's what I'm talking about. He was a defensive midfielder from Hamburg. What company? Yeah, so it's not the same as signing 28-year-old Vincent Kompany, is it? Kompany and Silva were not the players they turned into. They were well developed. Yeah, exactly. I mean, City did have their odd one or two bonkers signings. Robinho, for example. I'm a Toon fan. Honestly, I'd just like to have a few more players at the Matt target level. The first team is decent enough for a shout at top half. One injury and Manquillo comes in. Another injury and it's Chris Wood. One more and it's Matt Ritchie. We desperately need more depth. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain to Newcastle would be a great signing. He'd have to actually start every week at somewhere like Newcastle, though. Has he ever done that in his career? Has he got that in him, starting every week? Robinho said he was confused as he was told he was going to Manchester. He didn't know Manchester City. That's brilliant. That is brilliant. Right. All eyes on Hibs again. I love the idea of him getting confused and not realising who he was signing for. Yeah, that's what I'm hinting at with Oxlade-Chamberlain. He just picks up injuries too much, doesn't he? I don't think he's a 40-game-a-season player, even if he is one of the best players at the club. It's the sort of player you have to look after and use sparingly, which is how he's been used everywhere. Back then, South American players and fans referred to Manchester United as Manchester as they were the only big team. Well, there you go. Similar to how they probably refer to Sheffield United as Sheffield now. That bus scared me. I thought it was all the Sheffield Wednesday fans turning up to batter me. Apparently Cornet at Burnley thought he was on loan this year. He's now upset he's a championship player. I love stories like that. Right. Game against Hibs. Fancy calling out Sheffield Wednesday on their day of the week. Exactly. I mean, I think it's the best day to call them out. They're feeling on top of the world today. Everyone's talking about them. Need to knock them down a peg or two. quote from Robinho. I thought I was joining Manchester United. I was misled by all involved. I wasn't aware there was another Manchester club. That is beautiful. I love that. That's the kind of nonsense Peterborough Sports will be pulling in a few years if they keep getting promoted. People think they're signing for the club that's famous for its player development and selling players onto big clubs, and yeah, no, you're just signing for the non-league team. Right, just got to beat Hibs. We beat Hibs. We are in a European final. Leamington in a European final. What will they think of next? Come on then. Just excited. Still 0-0 between Stuttgart and Braga. 1-0 to Stuttgart. I think Braga won the first leg 1-0. So that one is, if my maths is correct, 1-1 on aggregate now. Stuttgart do worry me a little bit for the final. Because they're German and all that. They're probably quite good. I'd rather face a team from Portugal than a team from Germany. Just based on the quality of the league. They're trying to hit us on the counter-attack. Well, we'll see about that. We're just keeping things tight. We've got a 2-0 lead. We don't need to give them the opportunity to counter-attack us. Oh my word. Chaos in the penalty area. Try to mention Liverpool's number 12 and the moderation settings out. I don't know who Liverpool's number 12 is. Someone's going to need to give me a clue. I don't know Liverpool squad numbers, I'm afraid. Joe Thromes. Why is Joe Thromes not allowed? Why is the moderations? People must have talked about him so much that I got annoyed, and I don't know why. Why did we moderate out Joe Gomez's name? We could probably change that. If have we got any mods in today? We could probably take that off the banned list. The short thing for mayonnaise is also banned. Yeah, it should be. Anyone who calls it mayo, it's just lazy. It's mayonnaise. Or I will allow nays as an option, but you're not calling it mayo in my presence. I just won't allow it. Oh, I know why. It's not because of Joe Gomez. It was to stop you all going on about Christian Gomez. That's why we banned the word Gomez about 2 years ago. Because I got fed up of hearing about Christian Gomez. That's why. It's all I ever heard in the streams. Says the man who shortens his name to Kev. I mean, I would happily call myself Vin, but Anna won't let me. I'm quite happy to start referring to myself as Vin. Hi, I'm Vin. Vin Chapman. Oh, it's a great name. Whenever I ask people to start calling me Vin, they're not up for it. Sounds like a Vin Diesel impersonator. Do you mean Kevin Diesel, which I assume is his full name? God, I hope it is. 5 past Hibs now. Sounds like I'm telling the time. Earlier on it was 8 past Hearts, now it's 5 past Hibs. Rebrand myself as Vin Petrol. I don't mind that. His real name's Mark Sinclair. No wonder he changed it. He had a coward's name before. French people want to drink you. Everyone wants to drink me. I'm delicious. We're going to the Conference League final. Everyone wants a mouthful. Come on! Oh, it's 6 past Hibs. What time is it? 6 past Hibs. That's what time it is, boys and girls. In one season's Conference League campaign, we've just dismantled Scottish football. Left it for dead. Beautiful. Right, who have we got in the final? I wasn't even paying attention. We're off to the Conference League final. I'm so excited. I've never won this tournament, ever. It is Stuttgart in the final. Look at all this money we're getting from this cup run. Estadio del Dragão, Porto. Is that Porto's ground? It is Porto's ground. We're off to Portugal. Well, I'm kind of glad we're not playing Braga then. So how good is Stuttgart? Stuttgart are 10th in the Bundesliga, so they are literally German Leamington. This trophy's got our name on it. 10th in the Premier League versus 10th in the Bundesliga. I can see why they felt the need to add a 3rd European tournament so we don't miss out on games like this one. We've still got to play a couple of Premier League games first. Will the final be on next stream? I think we'll probably fit it in this afternoon. We've only got 2 more Premier League games. We'll see what time it is. I don't have a problem with fitting it in this afternoon. No, Ben's not finished streaming as far as I'm aware. If Jack's internet gets fixed, he'll be streaming tomorrow for the network game. Will winning this competition be as prestigious as the illustrious Club World Cup? More so. This is the one everybody wants to win. This is what everybody's talking about. They don't call it the Conference League for nothing. It includes the names of basically everything you can play in English football, both the Conference and the League. Therefore, it's twice as good as either of them. This is like winning the Conference and the Premier League in the same year. Now, I saw the Mr. Diz interview with Ben. I think he made it pretty clear he wasn't stopping. He was just explaining why there's not much going on at the moment. Right, let's beat Tottenham. Am I going to record an intro for a new episode before the final? Nah, we'll squeeze it all in. We don't need a standalone episode. We can just call this one Conference League Run or something along those lines. Should be the Conference League Championship. That'd be perfect. They should let us play the Europa League winners in the Super Cup qualifying game. And then the winner of that faces the Champions League winners. Oh, Pablo Larios. My word. He is having a season against his former club as well. The club who sold him to us for next to nothing because they didn't have a use for him. Imagine not having a use for Pablo Larios. He scored our first ever goal in the Premier League. He scored our first ever goal in Europe. He scored our first ever goal in the knockout rounds in Europe. And he's scoring again here. He is our top scorer from central midfield. What a man. Love it. How tough do you think it is to have more or less... let me try that again. How tough do you think it is to have to more or less force yourself to create content versus just doing something you find interesting and recording it for content? I mean, they're different skill sets. I very much treat my content as a job. And that job is, to me, is no different to getting up and doing any job. You get up and do it every day. Which, for me, because I've, without getting too deep, I've got a YouTube video coming up about this in a few days. But because as an autistic person, I spend pretty much all day, every day masking and faking who I am to a degree to fit in. So to me, even if I'm not in the mood to record a YouTube video, if I'm having a bad day, if me and Anna have just had a row, if I'm feeling unwell, none of that really impacts my content because I can just walk into this room, flip the switch and transform from Kev into LOLLUJO and just do it. Which I think is, people talk about autism being a superpower. And I think that's an example of it because I'm so adept at masking. I can just mask in my videos and just, that's why I don't miss a day ever, because I've never felt the need to. Whereas if you're not used to masking on a regular basis, I imagine it is pretty hard if you're in a bad mood to turn up and do a stream or to make a YouTube video that's all happy and smiley and bouncy and bubbly. I completely get that. So I'm probably not the best person to talk about it because it's not a challenge that I have. That's why I'm Mr. Reliable, video out every day. If I'm at home, I'm streaming. So the only time I miss a stream is if I'm literally not here to do it. You get videos every single day and I just don't miss days. We just don't miss them. So I think on that side of things, that helps me. Masking isn't good. It's not a superpower. For my job, it's helpful. I would love a world where I didn't have to mask on a daily basis, but putting it really bluntly, if I didn't mask, people would treat me differently, think I was really weird, and then I really wouldn't be able to do what I do. So the fact that I have to mask in day-to-day life means using a similar skill for content creation is relatively easy for me. Let's phrase it like that then. If you don't like me talking positively about masking, let's phrase it that way. I guess I'm just a damn good actor, as you saw in the intro to the Mbappe series. Apart from complaining about my knee. I mean, yeah, we'll chat. Obviously, stuff comes up when we're chatting. You can mask being ill. It's a superpower. I mean, you still get videos from me when I'm ill. Unless I'm super sick and in bed, you get videos. I'll just cut out the coughs and the sneezes. This feels 100% like how I approach things. I'm a self-diagnosed of what's commonly known as Asperger's. And I pretty much relate with all of that by the streaming, even though I'd love to be. Yeah. I think a lot of people probably would relate. What happened with my knee? I have patella tendonitis, apparently. I've got some exercises. I think it also Obviously, the closer real you is to enter, talking specifically from streamers, the closer your streaming persona is to your actual personality, I imagine the harder it is to just crack on. For anyone who knows me in real life, I mean, you hear Ben and Matt in particular mention how they like Kev but don't like LOLLUJO, because there's quite a big anyone who watches both of my channels sees two completely different sides of me. The content you get on the Kevin Chapman channel is very different to that person is very different to the person that you get on stream or on a LOLLUJO video. So it's I just get into the role. I become LOLLUJO and crack on. That was a good pass. I will give you that. Does the mask slip sometimes and you overshare and it takes someone to tell you it might not be the best idea? Oh, all the time. All the time. I have absolutely no idea where the line is. The amount of deleted videos I've got because they were oversharing. The amount of VODs that haven't seen the light of day because I was oversharing. The amount of times Anna or Sheepdog or someone else will tell me that I probably need to reel it back in a little bit. I've gone too far. I've overshared. Hello? Oh, hold on. I've just got to go and bring our Gusto box in. One moment, boys and girls. He's back. Fresh off of beating Tottenham 2-0. He's back. I like Kev both ways. It's like being in a Kev sandwich. Wowzers. Right. Was that the last Premier League game or have we got one more? We've got one more, haven't we? So we could still finish 7th again. But because of stupid Tottenham winning the Carabao Cup, 7th doesn't give a Conference League spot this year. Yeah, Spurs have won the Carabao Cup. So, although we could finish 7th again like we did last year, that won't get us into Europe. So our only hope of Europe is winning the Conference League and qualifying for the Europa League that way. LOLLUJO is the job face. Kevin Chapman is the real you. Yes, absolutely. I was diagnosed with autistic in January 2020, age 32. I'm a blogger and do try not to overshare on there. Sometimes you have to share personal experiences. Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, those of you who are here in the stream on Monday afternoon, when I was streaming, as we found out that Andy finishes school next week rather than the end of next month, I could very easily have gone off on a rant then. Luckily, I had to end the stream because I had to go and deal with it. I had to make phone calls. I had to fire off emails. There was about 5 people that needed informing and stuff. But the temptation to make a YouTube video about it and just get it all off my chest was huge. But luckily, Anna was there to say, you don't do that kind of stuff anymore. You might have seen me tweet, whose idea was it to not do that on YouTube anymore? But the reason we don't share that stuff is to protect Andy. Because at some point, he's leaving school and moving out, and we're not going to be there day to day to protect him. We protect him by trying to make people forget he exists. We don't want people knowing what he looks like necessarily and going to find him, knowing where he is and when he's going to be somewhere. So we share as little as possible now. Obviously, we're not going to go and delete every video from the past, and if we're on holiday and he gets in frame, we're going to leave that in. We still can't buy Devon Creel yet. Which one is ideas, Kev? He's the third aspect of my personality. Ideas, Kev, is like the post-credits scene of Moon Knight. been out long enough. I don't care. Should have watched it by now. And if you read the comics, you already knew. If I win the Conference League, does that mean I'll knock the 6th place team out of qualification for the Europa League? I don't think so. I guess we'll find out. How's the knee? It still hurts, but supposedly there's nothing seriously wrong with it. So it's just a wait. Just waiting. Showdown curve, which is LOLLUJO Max. Yeah, that's where we turn LOLLUJO up to 15 and go into a full pro wrestler mode, which I love. It's so much fun doing that. Winning all 3 continental tournaments back to back. That's got to be the goal now, isn't it? Conference League this year, Europa League next year, Champions League to finish things off. And then I can play Minecraft until FM23 comes out. It's the perfect scenario. Swap those 2 around. Final day of the season. Leamington versus West Ham. 7th place in the league is at stake here. Have I watched Kenobi? I'm not a Star Wars guy, so no. I don't have any interest in Star Wars. Try and buy Creel on the Never Never before you activate the buyout clause. Agreed. I suspect he's probably worth more than 32 million now, though. English teams win Europa League, Conference League. Both don't get Europe via the league. So much English teams in Europe. The way it should be. The bell is to annoy them. Absolutely, the bell is to annoy them. And you can see it ruins Zealand. Zealand cannot cope with that bell. It's beautiful. I probably would have stopped with the bell by now if I didn't know the effect it had on Zealand in particular. A Minecraft stream's coming back. Probably not, to be honest. I know I just mentioned it, but probably not. I tried playing a bit of Minecraft last night and just wasn't feeling it. Usually Minecraft for me is something I go back to every 2 or 3 years, and I played a lot of Minecraft last summer. So I had a little go last night and just, I wasn't feeling it. So I wouldn't be at all surprised if we didn't do Minecraft this year. Never say never, but I wasn't feeling it last night. Maybe it'll be different when I get on a server again. Come on, gentlemen. Role play Minecraft as Football Manager. What is going on there? Weaver's just dancing through the opposition. 1.19 is actually really entertaining, even single player. Yeah, I mean, I started a new world last night and just cut down a couple of trees and thought, I suppose I need to dig a hole, and I just couldn't be bothered. And then I tried going on my single player thing that I was doing on YouTube last year and couldn't really be bothered. Tried going back on the server that me and Sheepdog used last year. Couldn't really be bothered on my own. I'm sure I'll try and do some multiplayer at some point. Well, How I Zealanded Zealand was favoured in the algorithm the other day. Very enjoyable. Excellent. Love it when the algorithm is my friend. I was saying to Chris this morning that we probably need to push on with the shorts because the LOLLUJO 2 has had double the views this month than it's ever had before. And it's because there's been content every weekday all month. When there's not been a stream replay, there's been a short. We've had shorts out throughout the month. And it's the first time that channel's done over 100,000 views in a month. Like I say, it's more than double what it normally gets. They certainly have an impact. The Netherlands have no squad registration. Interesting. Just to be in the right mood for Minecraft. Yeah, and I thought I was last night. Turns out I wasn't. But like I say never. I often find myself playing Minecraft when I'm traveling. I'd start it on my Switch and then get really into it again. But because I've got the Steam Deck now, I've been playing Horizon Zero Dawn instead, which is, it's a very different game to Minecraft. So it's meant I've not need to pick up Minecraft. Do a football. We're up to 8th at the moment. Even a win here is not going to push us above Southampton. We'll take 8th. 8th and a European title is probably better than 7th and no European title. I think we'd have probably taken that at the start of the season. In fact, I remember saying something along the lines of, we'll win the Conference League and not care about the league. If not caring about the league, 3 tiers back. If not caring about the league leads to us finishing only 1 place below last year, that'll do nicely. Come on, have we got a goal? Just to give us a last little confidence boost going into the Conference League final. The big one, as they call it. Come on, Goo. Come on, Goo. Give it to Showy Forward. Let this be his moment. Goo's forget, give it to Showy Forward. Should have given it to Showy Forward. Maybe the Stuttgart game is when Showy Forward emerges. Who did we sign him from? He is German. Is there any chance Stuttgart is former club? In fact, he's not registered for Europe. It doesn't matter. He can't play. This, if Showy Forward is going to emerge this season, needs to be in the final 6 minutes of this match. It's not going to be. Rubbish. Oh, offside. It might still be. No, it won't be. We'll go attacking, but we're going to finish 10th now. Boo. Because we have a worse goal difference than everybody else. Yeah, back down to 10th. West Ham actually moving above us because of that goal. I mean, that probably makes about £3 million difference in prize money. We'll sign in from Hertha. Okay. Koenig and Hertha were both, Koenig and Showy Forward were both from Hertha. Is that right? I threw some money at them this January. Didn't realise they were both from the same place. Right, Chelsea have won the league. We've been given £21 million. Okay. And we've got the Stuttgart game, so I think we'll put a friendly in there. Oh, we can't. There's no nearby teams to play. Should we play it against Boulogne? Just get a little bit of European flavour in a week before the final. Let's do that. Godwin wants to go out on loan. Godwin, you are only homegrown at club player. You cannot go anywhere ever. At least until these boys are a little older. Oh yeah, they are both from Hertha. Well, there you go. We need big win here. Get us in the mood. We love being in the mood. Cooper wants to start more games. Cooper, you can probably leave. We've got Rodriguez coming back. You are done. I'm playing a game in the county leagues and I've got all the way to the Conference South. How did you progress from here? I can't seem to. Sometimes you just have to let the game catch up. If you've done lots of consecutive promotions, your reputation probably is stopping you from signing the players that you need to move on to the next level. So sometimes you just have to hang around and wait for the game to catch up. Example being, we have a look at our domestic league history. So we got out of the Conference North in 3 seasons, and then took us 6 seasons to get out of the National League. And since then, it's been relatively smooth sailing up the rest of the way. 3 years in the Championship, but we were in the promotion hunt all 3 of those years. But yeah, 9 years to get out of non-league from starting in the National League North. because you need to let the game catch up with your reputation sometimes. Gruffid Maguna might be leaving. Simonovic wants to go out on loan. He probably can, because there's no way for him to become a homegrown at club. Probably wouldn't hurt for him to go and play 30 games for someone next season and grab 20 goals. A season in the Championship would do him a lot of good. Right, hopefully this is like a 15-0 win to give us the confidence boost we need going into our major European final, as we'll keep referring to it as. I mean, Larios is just having a season. Wanted by Celtic. I mean, if Celtic come with an offer for Larios, I won't be able to stop myself laughing. Why would he go to Celtic when he could stay at Leamington? There's no way they're going to have the 100 million they'd need to sign him. Getting a little nervous now. Come on. Is it 3 o'clock yet? Should we stop the stream here and do this on Friday? How cross would you all be? You've got to be ready for tour at 4. I think we've got time to play one more match before 4 o'clock. Maybe. It'd be a new stream, so I'd lose. That's a very good point. Yeah, the way this season's been. Right, come on. I really hope this does get us into Europe. I think it does. I've obviously never tested it in game. In real life, winning the Conference League gets you into the Europa League, doesn't it? Imagine if it doesn't in game. If Jack's internet's not fixed, how am I planning on streaming tomorrow? Probably not, because I'm busy during the day tomorrow. I don't like to stream in the evening unless I have to, like for the network game. I'm too old to stream in the evening now. Oh, team meeting. Horrific. We're not expected to win. They're very happy about it. Good. So you do a team meeting. Who's the best player on my side? What, in my team? At the moment, probably Larios. For now, until Shelby Forward fully emerges. Feyenoord got direct Europa League ticket due to being Conference League final this year, due to Roma already qualifying in their league. Wow. But I don't think Stuttgart have qualified, because they have also finished 10th in the Bundesliga, I think. It's the battle of the 10th place teams. Yeah, they've finished 10th in Bundesliga. We've finished 10th in the Premier League. It's the kind of game that this tournament was designed for. Let's just go win it, shall we? Come on, boys. I haven't tried the football board game yet. No, I will at some point. It's still sat in our living room, much to Anna's delight. $50,000 people. That's a lot of people turning up to watch Leamington play. Oh, I'm really nervous for this. This is horrible. Please let us win, Football Manager. I'd really like to play in Europe again next year. It'll have such a big impact on this summer's transfers. It's probably the difference between signing Creole permanently or not, for example. Don't forget, Kadrich hasn't played all season as the advanced forward. He's played maybe 7 or 8 times there since Christmas. He was the deep lying forward until then. He only started scoring goals since he converted to being the advanced forward. I think he scored his first goal of the season in about February. So actually, 7 goals since he's moved to playing in that role is quite a good return from him. Oh. This is all a little bit too cagey for my liking. I don't like it. I really don't like it. We've never played in a game of this magnitude before. They've got a lady playing up front. That person is called Marie-Louise. They have a lady in their team. We've all been distracted by them having a lady. And they've scored a goal because of it. Good. Oh my word, that was close. Oh my goodness me. Right, come on. Come on, boys. Encourage. I'm so nervous. They've changed to a shorter passing style. Nobody cares. Score a goal. Weaver's tired. He can come off. Larios is tired. Beefy's on. Lundmark is tired. Let's get Jarvis on. There you go. 3 changes. Do a football, boys. Do an actual bleeping football. Encourage! Oh. Barachi is injured. So if we get a 4th sub for extra time, that's him rather than one of the strikers who's got to come off. Of course it's 0-0. Of course it's extra time. Oh, it's all hideous. Sparksy's on. It's the only remaining change we could make. Oh. Oh, no. No, what's the button you press? Encourage. I think this was still too late. Go away, highlight. Go away. Go away. Go away. Go away. Ah! Oh. Oh. I would have loved to have brought 3-ter on, but Farachia got injured. Oh, yeah, that's why Kadrich is there. Just to be there for the near post. Always at the near post. Come on, boys. They've taken off the girl, Marie-Louise. They've brought on Jill. It is just ladies in there. We're playing against Stuttgart ladies. I'm pretty sure you don't get 5 subs. No, it's saying no subs remaining. I can try and bring 3-ter on. No. Here we go. Kadrich header. Ah. Right, come on. Come on, come on. Kadrich header. Oh. Oh. I hate penalties. I can't believe it's going to penalty shootout. That's horrible. Encourage. This is even more horrible, though. If they score here, this is going to be heartbreaking. This would mean no Europe next year. If we don't get into Europe next year, we've got to qualify for the Champions League. There's no excuses. Oh, no. Oh, Fleming. What a man. What a save by Fleming. Oh, my goodness me. He's been criticised all season, but we've seen some performances from him this afternoon. What a save that was. Oh. We've got to believe with Fleming in goal going into a penalty shootout, the way he's played this afternoon. I don't understand the turnaround from him. It's bonkers. Ah! Kick it far. Right. Penalties then. Lovely. Really wanted penalties. I need a wee. Oh, 11 minutes till tour at 4 as well. We haven't got time for penalties. This is horrible. Right, come on, Fleming. Prove everybody wrong. We always had a good goalkeeper. Come on, Goo. Goo, 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 Goo. I would love Fleming to be the hero today. That would be perfect. Come on, hero Fleming. Oh. Juarez, the new boy, the new number 10. Hasn't really been anything special just yet. Oh, my word, that's a good penalty. What a confident penalty that is. Right, this is the one he saves. Look at that look in his eyes. He is ready to save a penalty. Oh, he's missed it! Come on, Devon. An actual name in the game player in a European final. This never happens. Devon Creel. We're not spending £32 million on him this summer. Back to Fleming again. Come on! Fleming with the save. Oh! Sparksy. Come on now. And now it's back to Fleming to make himself a channel legend. One more save from Fleming and we don't even need Beefy. He made an extraordinary save in the 120th minute to send us into this penalty shootout. He saved one and intimidated one out of the goal in this penalty shootout so far. We've got to slow the speed down. Slow the speed down. Come on, Fleming. Do your thing. Come on now. Oh. I see. Oh, it's all on Beefy then. Put the speed back up. Oh. Oh. Come on, Beefy. Beefy, Beefy. If Beefy scores, we are champions of Europe. Asterisk. One of the European competitions. But it's basically the same. Come on, Beefy. Come on, Beefy. Come on. I'm on the edge of my seat. Literally on the edge of my seat. On. Oh, what a wonderful thing. Oh my goodness me. We've only gone and won the Europa Conference League, the big one. Champions of Europe, asterisk. Come on. Look how happy I am stood there. I'm over the moon. We all have to be quiet about this on Twitter so we don't spoil it for the people who watch on YouTube. Champions of Europe. Who's doing the cartwheel? It's Cooper, I think that is number 2, doing the cartwheel. That's the final thing he'll ever do in a Leamington shirt. We're moving him on this summer. But oh my goodness me, we're champions of Europe. Oh, come on. And Leamington themselves still in. Are we going to get a little sneaky look at the transfer budget? I want to clarify 2 things before tour at 4. We need to know what our transfer budget is and did we actually get into Europe? Right, Verratti only had a bruised ankle. He could have stayed on. We got 4 million. Showy forward drops expectation to be registered for Europe. Yeah, we won it without you, Showy. We got medals. Lovely, lovely medals. Look at it. 3 Tur got a medal. Did I get a medal? Smith hails a true Leamington legend. Yes, I am. Am I on the legends list? Was I before? I imagine I probably was. I'm pretty legendary. Yeah, the border pleased. Fleming is a superhero. What a man. Another fantastic performance from him. Piles of money coming in. And there's your confirmation. We've qualified for Europe. We are in the Europa League next year. We enter straight into the group stage. None of this qualifying nonsense. So fingers crossed that's going to reflect in a bigger budget for us, which hopefully we'll get now. Benfica want now, or Benfica can do when we'll do the transfers on Friday. We'll quickly race through this because we want, in fact, we're going to really quickly. Fleming gets signing of the season, as you would expect. We just want the budget. Yeah, this is all good stuff. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Yeah, look at all that sponsorship money. Where has that come from this year? That's beautiful. There's your team of the season. Player of the year is Weaver. Yeah, all this stuff seems right. Larios as top scorer is, and goal of the season as well. He doesn't just score lots of goals. He scores all the goals. Do we get the budget? Have we really got to go through all this to find the budget? Come on. I usually like to dwell on all this. We'll go back and look at some of this on Friday's stream. What is our plan for next season? What did I just agree to? Avoid a relegation battle still. I don't think the squad are going to be happy with that, but mid-table, there you go. They're happy with mid-table. And we want to reach the knockout stages. Aren't being ambitious enough. Fine, we'll win the thing then. I mean, I guess we are champions of Europe. Asterisk. End of season break. Training camp destination. We're off to China for Goo. We're going to spend all summer in China doing our media work with Goo. Weaver wins Europa Conference League Player of the Season. Not bad for a player we signed when we were in League One, I think. And now we just need the budget. Here we go. Budget. We need 32 million to sign Creel, but we want more than that. Our budget, bearing in mind we're moving back to the Theodrome as well next season. Our budget for next season is... Where's the end stream button? Obviously, I'm not that much of a monster. Would I ever do such a thing? What kind of monster would do... What? Kev, surely not. No! Ooh. Is he a monster? Could I? Dare I? Maybe. Maybe. There it is. Oh, my word. Friday is going to be fun with a capital PH. Look at the state of that. And the board will improve youth level. Everything's coming up Leamington this afternoon. Boys and girls, enjoy Tour, which is out in just a couple of minutes over on YouTube. Fingers crossed there's a network game tomorrow night. Keep an eye on Jack's Twitter to see if he ends up with internet again. Failing that, well, regardless, one way or the other, I am going to be back Friday afternoon doing this transfer window. And we're in the Europa League. Lovely stuff. Thank you for watching, folks. Toodle pip. Bye-bye.